To never take a lunch. I take certain people and work with them through lunch because it's so cold. I modified the class just a little bit. That way everybody can just take lunch for a little bit, get warm in their car or whatever, and then we'll get back after lunch. Most of you know me. If you don't know me, I'm not sure why you're here, but thank you for coming. I own this place. I bought it about almost 5 years ago, and I just love to shoot. I love to teach more than I like to shoot. So I'm going to give you everything I have today, and you may like it, you may not, that's okay. It's a way, not the way. Please just remember that. I promise you that Peter will have different things to say, and Bryan will have different things to say that may come across, although they're the same techniques, you just may resonate better with one of them, and that's the beauty of having guys like these guys to help. So if they tell you something, please listen, please try it, okay? What qualifies me to be an instructor? I guess because I have an NRA certified pistol instructor. Yeah, that means literally nothing. My kids could pass that, especially my son. But I've watched a lot of YouTube last night to prepare for today. No, I'm just kidding. But I've taken classes. I've been honored, and I've been able to take a lot of classes from some of the best instructors in the industry. Scott Jedelinsky from Modern Samurai Project, if you know him, I'm an endorsed instructor, which is a huge honor, probably one of the best honors I have of being able to be an instructor in this industry. Two-time Turbo Pin winner from Gabe White, Miami, or a Vice Card Challenge winner from Canon 762 or something. I got my own standards, which are kind of tough. And that's really it, man. I just love to shoot. I love to help people get better. And I promise you this, and I say this, and anybody that's ever taken a class or been a part of a class that I've taught, if you are not satisfied 100% when you leave today, please let me know and I will give you your money back. There's no other instructor in this business that says that, but I promise you, I have no problem if you signed up for something and you don't like it or didn't get something out of it, I will 100% give you your money back with no questions asked, okay? With that, I've got Bryan. Bryan, go ahead and tell a little bit about yourself, buddy.
I'm Bryan from Aim Surplus, and I've been shooting out here for a long, long time. I was a member before Shane owned it.
But weren't a member when I did buy it.
Oh, it's not when you did buy it. Taken a lot of classes, a lot of instructor level classes, and today we're here to keep you safe, teach you something, and let you have some fun.
So, Peter?
I'm Peter Woolard. I also work at AIM and shipping. I've also trained with Scott Jedelinsky, Donovan from Point One Tactics, world and national champions Bob Vogel and Ben Stoker. I have a black belt patch from Scott Jedelinsky, the Modern Samurai Project. I have 3 of Shane's hat patches. I've been shooting competition for the past 3 years, and I'm now a master class in carry optics, which means that I'm in the top 15% in the nation currently. And just here to help you guys get better, here to become a better instructor.
I'm going to go over the loading process and the unloading process, okay? Just so those of you who are new to this, you can see how we load and unload the gun. What I want you to think about when loading and unloading the gun is this is administrative, okay? Not reactive to where we're doing a reload and then shooting again, which we'll get into later this afternoon. This is just for administrative purposes only, okay? So, what I typically like to do is get the gun out, make sure my dot's on, everything's good with my dot, or my sights. I make sure nothing is loose. Make sure everything works, nothing looks out of sorts, right? I take the mag, I seat the mag, seat lock tug, cycle, or use the slide stop. Now, a lot of guys will talk about that's a slide stop, not a slide release. It's not meant to sit and slide home. What I will tell you is the springs that are in these guns, it does work, okay? It's what they're designed for. If you want to rack it, just rack it. It's okay. Either way you do it, it's fine. Just make sure you do it so it's repeatable and you practice the way you're going to do it every single time, okay? Press check. What am I doing when I press check? I'm just making sure that the round chain, okay? That's it. Just making sure one's in there. I tap the back of the slide. You see how it's out of battery? So I tap the back of the slide, usually twice. Make sure it's good. and I reholster the gun slowly and reluctantly. That's it. It's not rocket science. Unloading the gun, I'll give you two ways. One is a little controversial because some people, I had a guy in my class the first time I started teaching this, told me this is how people get shot. I said, can you please tell me how that's possible? He couldn't tell me. He just said this is how people get shot. So I'll show you the first one. Simply remove the mag, source of feed, right? The gun's still loaded, am I correct?
Yeah.
Gun's still loaded. I gotta figure out what to do with this. Gun's still loaded. Okay, gun's empty. Cycle, cycle, cycle. Make sure it's good. Check the breech face. Gun's unloaded. Yes? What if I simply lock the slide to the rear, round ejects, gun's empty? Just something to think about, right? I don't care how you do it. Just do it whatever way you want to do it, and make sure you do it the same every time. The key is make sure the gun's unloaded, right? How someone can get hurt or shot that way, I can't quite figure out, but that's okay. So, with that being said, the way I'll start every single class and the way we end every single class except for this one is with accuracy. Accuracy gives me an opportunity to see what you're capable of, and then I can kind of gauge how we go from here for each person, okay? So I'll demo it first, what accuracy looks like versus just shooting and trying to get hits, okay? What I mean by that, I'll show you. And I just want you to give me 10 rounds, nothing crazy. I don't care how long it takes. If it takes 5 minutes, just give me 10 good rounds, okay? So accuracy, ready? Not very accurate. Okay, was that very slow? Wasn't very accurate either, was it? That's not an accuracy drill, okay? What I mean by an accuracy drill is taking, okay? What I don't want to see is everyone just go blazing through a mag. I want to see you take your time. Not enough. Get the difference? See the difference? Most of them are keyhole, drop two, little cold coffee. No excuse. This is what I'm looking for, not this. Okay? Does that make sense? Typically what happens is you just want to get the 10 rounds over. I want you to give me the tightest group you can possibly muster up, okay? All right, here we go. So give me 10 rounds, tightest group you can muster, okay? On you. When you're finished, you can holster up. Everybody holster. Okay, downrange.
Downrange.
Come to the far left target.
I hate shooting optics.
So, how long have you been shooting?
Days on this optic. I've never run optics on handguns. You know that we had that discussion.
Yep.
This is a whole new animal for me.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't run optics either.
So, I know you can do better than that.
Oh yeah.
First couple were up here. It was like 1, 2.
Yeah.
Then you brought it back up. What I would tell you for an optic is typically wherever your first round goes, right? Especially at 5 yards, you just want to hold at the top of the line.
Okay.
But we can tighten that up.
Thank you, sir.
Brian, we have pasties, right? Yeah. Paste those real quick.
Will do. Thank you.
You went low, you put your dot here, you went low, right? Makes sense? Okay. I think you can tighten that up easily. Go ahead. Paste that. Kai?
Yes, sir.
I would say same for you, my man, because I've seen you shoot, right? Doing a pretty good job, but you're probably holding the dot here, and that's the few that were low. But still, nice fist-sized group. I think you could tighten that to up 2. The problem is, whenever you're told to slow down, you saw, I showed you, it's really, really tough to just slow down during this process. That's the whole idea. Seeing and feeling what you feel from the beginning, right? Does my grip feel right? Okay, I shot this one Was my support hand giving enough grip pressure? Was I gripping too tight with my right hand? Did I just slap the trigger? What did I do to cause the miss? But like I said, for you, it's probably just where your dot placement. Shoot the dot, yes, I am. So
I'm also wrong-handed, so it's...
You're lefty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that, except everything.
I know,
I'm
it's
just
my
kidding.
disability.
Should have been tossed
So,
over a cliff.
Here's what I notice, again, with the dot. Notice how these are like in a zipper pattern? Same thing. You shoot the first round, you put the dot where the bullet goes. You shoot the next round, you put the dot where the bullet goes. You have to remember to keep your dot at the same spot. Does that make sense? If not, you end up with this zipper pattern. I am not kidding you one bit. I had a class one time where the guy shot, and then his partner got up and he shot, and they had it zippered from here to here. Not kidding. It was a perfectly straight line. That's what happened. They put the dot where the bullet goes, dot where the bullet goes, and I'm like, so just remember to keep your dot in the same spot.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't change it from where it is. Point of aim. Josh.
Right.
I can tell you what it was for you, bro. I kept saying, like, there's no time constraints,
Yeah.
and you're just like, right? Like,
After you said it, I was like, oh, like.
it's real easy to shoot this and just shoot a group like this, but whenever you're trying to muster up a tight group and process the information, if I'm just shooting, sure, not a bad group, right? But at 5 yards, you should be able to put them in the same hole, right?
Roger.
Okay? So when it's time to slow down, just try to slow the process down. Think about things. I wouldn't say slow down, just be more careful, okay?
Roger.
All right. Paste them up.
Good.
Trent. Dot.
Yeah.
You don't have to work
How long you
around
been
me.
shooting
I'll
it
work
up?
around you guys.
A couple months.
Okay. Would you agree? Shot here, probably your first shot. I didn't see it, but I'm guessing
Yeah.
it was somewhere up here.
Yeah, it was toward the middle. I started pulling down and then recorrected back up to like there. And then,
Right-handed.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm guessing you did the same thing with your dot. You just didn't account for the holdover, so you didn't just put the dot in the same spot. You kept following the bullet.
Yeah, when we started shooting, I realized my dot was too dim. So
Okay.
I kind of rushed to get that bright, and I just started blasting.
Well, there's no rush. So something I want to tell you, just like I said, I give you your money back. Remember this, today, it's not about impressing anybody here, right? You're here for you, nobody else. That's number one. Number two, I work for you today. So if you're behind and we have to wait for you, it's okay, man. There's going to be somebody here today that we wait for, and that's okay. So don't feel rushed, especially we're in a drill or doing the first part of the stuff where there's zero time constraints. Okay.
Right.
And I would also tell you, when shooting accuracy, when shooting a dot, dim it down. It's so much easier to shoot for accuracy. Just like when you zero it, dim it down. A lot of times what I see when people are afraid someone's going to think something or they're just unsure, you see a lot of things like this. Right? Doing things down here, doing things way out here. Look, everything can be done. I don't like to call it your workspace. Everything can be done right here, okay? If I gave you a clipboard and I said, Brody, you're gonna go out and look at this car, you're not gonna like do this, right? You're just gonna do it right here. So don't be afraid to just put the gun right here and do everything where you can see it. A lot of people call it the workspace. It's easy to do everything right here, right? I can see everything. I'm not putting the gun way down low where I'm having to look. And typically it's because either you just don't know or you're afraid that somebody might think you're doing something that's not right? So just make sure everything is done right here in your workspace, okay? With that being said, now we're gonna work on grip. This process will take a little bit of time, okay? But I promise you, the morning is a little bit slower, but as we get through the day, everything comes together. We get to shoot a lot more, and just trust the process, okay? Someone tell me when we grip this gun what it is we're trying to do. Anybody, don't be afraid to say the wrong thing, it's okay. What did they say?
Control recoil.
Mitigate recoil, right? Saw a video this week that somebody put out that said, let recoil do its thing and use it to your advantage. There are some advantages is to using recoil to your advantage, right? Especially, yeah, you saw it? As far as shooting, like if I just use recoil to my advantage shooting a bill drill, Peter, am I going to do very well if I just let the gun flop all over the place? No. If I'm floating the gun or if I'm floating in transitions and I use recoil to my advantage, can that be a benefit? Sure, absolutely, right? But for purposes of being able to mitigate recoil, in my humble opinion, they're just two simple things. A lot of people take grip and try to really make it overcomplicated, and in my opinion, it's two things. It's leverage and friction, okay? Leverage. Someone tell me where we can get leverage on the gun that hasn't been in my class before.
In the seat of your thumb.
Yeah, high, right here, right?
Yeah.
High on the backstrap, okay? So what he means by that is getting as high on the gun as possible, okay? Where else on the gun can we get leverage?
Front,
Front, here,
like left side frame for right-handed
on
person.
the frame?
Yeah.
So you're talking about pushing into the frame?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, somebody else? Two leverage points, here and here, okay? So if we can leverage the gun here, high in the back strap, yes? And then this hand goes limp whenever we shoot, right? Does anybody disagree? Okay, so high, when the support hand comes on the gun, I'm simply filling this little kidney area with this support hand, okay? So what that looks like is, if I put the gun straight ahead, Abner, I don't want to point the gun at you. If I wrap my thumb or my fingers around the trigger guard and they're straight, look where my thumb placement is. It's not very good, right? If I cant this to a 45 and I simply just fill this with the meaty part of my hand, check this out. There's no gaps. Thumbs are where they need to be. My MCPs are locked in right here. And that's a good grip. That's literally it. The one thing I would tell you is support or strong hand minus drawing the gun. When it goes on the gun, as this hand takes over, this becomes the steering wheel to present to the target, which we'll get into next. This hand is crushing 100%, as hard as you can, your support hand. If you're a lefty, it's your right hand, okay? Your strong hand, the one that pulls the trigger, is just on the gun. Does that make sense? If we grip really, really hard with our strong hand, what tends to happen is this. Right? We get trigger freeze. And what I like to say, the best way that I've come up with to kind of mimic trigger freeze is imagine pulling up to a stop sign, you're in your hot rod like Brody's, put your foot on the brake, you put your other foot on the gas, and you try to give it gas, but it doesn't want to go. That's what happens whenever we crush the gun with our strong hand, okay? So it just really doesn't work out very well. How many of you shoot rifles? When you shoot rifles, where do we get our leverage? Pulling the stock, the butt of the gun into our shoulder with our support hand, right? This hand is just there on the gun running the trigger. We're not pulling it in with this hand, okay? Does that make sense? It's the same. All we're doing is going from here to here, okay? Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, for this point of this, what I'm gonna have you do is I want you to shoot with your grip. I don't want you to change anything. Okay, I don't want you to, now that I said thumbs forward or thumbs up, because a lot of you were doing a lot of weird things, that's okay, right? I want you to keep doing the weird things for 6 rounds, okay? We're gonna shoot 6 rounds, we're gonna adjust your grip, we're gonna shoot 6 more rounds, we're gonna adjust your grip again, and I want you to find a happy medium, okay? You may like it, you may not. If you don't like it, you can revert back. The one thing I want you to focus on is your sights, okay? If your bullets are all over the place, that's okay. What I really want you to focus on is what your sights are doing, whether it's your dot or it's your sights in this first 6 rounds. And we're gonna do this from 3 yards because I just want you to track the sights. Everybody has eyes and ears?
Yep.
Okay, 6 rounds like this. Ready? Just like that. Watch what your sights are doing the whole time. See what your sights are doing. Make sense? Line 1, right here. Okay, 6 rounds on you. Ready? Up! You know what's amazing is some of you shot even better. We took the thought process out of it, right? Okay. Do you remember? Remember. Be thinking about what your sights were doing. Line 2. Okay, on the up command, 6 rounds. Ready? Up!
Get it, Nicole, get it!
6 rounds. Straight up and down, lost it a little bit. Okay.
Mine mostly went up and down, lost the window. I think it went up and left.
Okay.
Yeah, just straight up and down, about halfway out of the window.
Out of the window, though, completely lost it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight up.
Straight up and down, never left the window.
Straight up and down.
Did it leave the window?
After it jammed on the second 3.
But the first few it
The
didn't?
first 3 I was good, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Up and down.
Up and down.
It jumped in the window.
Never left the glass?
It did not.
Up and down, left the window, and then a little to the right.
A little to the right? Okay.
Irons are bouncing, but like that.
Okay. So from the back?
Yeah. Front side would come up a bit.
So the front of the gun would dive, is that what you're saying?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think it was going up and right. I didn't lose it once.
Up and right. Lost it just once. Okay.
Pretty sure it's up and to the right.
Up and right.
Up and to the right. Up and left.
Up and left. You were not shooting a dot, so yours was up and left.
Just up and down.
Up and down. Did you notice it significantly up and down?
Yeah, like I had to keep bringing it back.
Okay.
I was left and right.
Left and right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What did you see?
Bouncing ball in the window.
In the window.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have line 1 go first, okay? We're gonna mark on you, so I need your, actually I'm not gonna mark on you this time. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust your grip a little bit, and then we're gonna shoot 6. Then we're gonna do line 2, adjust your grip. Line 2 will shoot, we'll talk about it. Then I'm gonna have you do a 3rd one, and I'm gonna mark on you. If you see drastic improvements, I want to know. If you don't see improvements, I want to know. I don't want you to just tell me something just to be telling me something. If you don't see an improvement, I want to know, okay? All right. I'm just going to try something with you. Don't let me push the gun up. Okay. You're already thumbs forward. Do me a favor. Open this hand up. Are you finger to finger or are you further?
I'm touching.
Touching?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. MCPs are locked. What I look for is MCPs to be locked, right? If I opened this, it would be at a 45 and obviously being high and tight. What I want, I don't know, you're probably very much, this hand gives a lot of grip pressure. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because you're always taught like crush the gun from so many people. I want you to experiment on a couple things this weekend just to try for your own, to see if you see any improvement. When you draw the gun and you present the gun, try to relax this hand and just crush it with this hand. Okay. And I'll demo why whenever we do it. And remember that trigger freeze. It might help just speed up the trigger just a touch. I don't know what your trigger speeds are. Maybe they're good. Maybe you don't want to speed them up, but just try it.
Okay.
Relaxing this hand and crushing it with this hand.
Will do.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Holster up. Yep, right there. Try to keep this gap closed. All right. What I want you to focus on is relaxing this hand and crushing it with this hand. Okay. And then when we do the next 6, make sure that you don't have this gap here. See, if you were to open up this hand, just blade this hand open, notice how it's more straight versus at a 45.
So I've tried that before, and I feel like it puts tons of tension on my wrist.
It does. But what I don't want you to do is rotate forward. I want you to fill that gap and get that.
Right, gonna go like this. If you bend these arms slightly out, then your recoil control, shock absorbers, it's going to allow the gun to move easier and the gun return to 0 faster. Okay. So keep everything as high as we can possibly get it. All right. And then the next time we're going to shoot, we're going to try this, and we might make some little changes to it. Okay. All right. So you can actually push against the side of this gun. It's not going to stop working. Okay. So you're getting as much pressure on the side of that frame as you can. So this right here, we're going to get that thumb meat right into that gun. Okay. breaths. Right. So you feel that pressure right there on the frame?
Yeah.
It's hard because it's a small gun, you have big hands, but we want to put as much pressure against the side of that as we can. Okay? All right, we're going to try that in just a minute. Reholster.
Not with your thumb under your thumb, but thumb over your thumb.
Okay.
So this thumb will be over, okay? This hand, let this thumb ride right here, okay? I want you to relax this hand, and I want you to crush it as hard as you can with this hand, okay?
Okay.
Let this thumb, I know it's hard to let this thumb rest here because you're afraid that when the slide goes
Yeah,
back.
I don't like it up there.
But I promise you I'll demo it before we shoot this, and I'll show you that it doesn't impede anything, and it just, literally the slide will just run right there, okay?
Okay.
I'll show you. Just crush it with this. Don't let me push the gun up, okay? Feel how much more stable that feels? Crush it as hard as you can here. Relax this hand. Let these thumbs just rest right there, okay? No gap here. That's what I want you to try next time. Not this thumb underneath, okay? And then I want you to track your sights the way you were doing this time, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Guns out. Please get the grip I showed you. Please, please, please. If you have a question and you're unsure if it's the grip that I showed you, then ask one of us and we'll come over and help you. Okay, you ready? Guns on target. I want 6 rounds urgently. Ready? Up.
Oh, hell yeah, man showed up with a 34. That's right. That's a man card gun right there, dude.
I know. I thought about it. It's lucky 7.
You needed that laugh today, didn't you?
I did. It's been a bitch this morning.
I'm glad you're here, man.
Whispering something I'm actually going to shoot.
Ready? Thumb on the slide. Nothing happens, okay? Just know that the thumb, I'm not pressing into the slide, I'm just letting it rest on the slide. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You see that? Not really?
I mean, I saw it as much as I could from this side.
Just rest there, okay? It's not gonna impede. Get the grip we showed you, gun on target. 6 rounds, ready? Up!
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Here you go, Bryan. I tell people I don't care about your feelings. What I care about are the results, okay? So although it feels awkward because you're used to doing something you've done for so long, if we have a drastic improvement here, that's the key, right? Now, it's just a way, not the way. But what did you feel was different in your sights? Did you not feel, what I care about is it the sights track better or worse? Did you notice a difference?
No.
Can we use you as an example to do it again?
Sure.
Okay.
Right now? Right there, right here?
The gun up. What I want you to do
If you look at mine, mine's up
is
top.
don't worry about how it feels. I want you to worry about what the sights do, okay? Versus compared to the way you held it last time, okay? Everybody, eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears.
Give me 6 rounds.
Fast.
Let this thumb go back up here. Just relax it. Grip as tight as you can here. Relax it, okay? Give me 6 good rounds. Okay, it's all right. Go ahead and add another mag. What did you feel the sights did in those 3 rounds compared to the first one?
I mean, I feel more stable, I guess.
More stable. That's what we're looking for. Did you hear? She said it feels more stable. Before, what I can tell you is the gun was jumping a lot more. What we're looking for is to mitigate some of that recoil so the gun is more stable. Although you may not feel as comfortable because of the way you're holding it now, the gun is more stable, and I can assure you, you want the gun more stable when shooting. Right? So give me 3 more. Give me that grip you had. You notice how just resting it there is totally fine. You didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me 3. Just give me 3 good rounds.
See, I keep wanting to.
That's okay. I don't expect you to change it in 5 minutes, right? It's just something I want you to work on through the day. Grip tight here, relax here. On you. Good. And the gun runs super smooth. Okay? So just play with it today, okay? I'm not saying you have to change it, but I can assure you, versus going like this, the gun is jumping way less, and that's what you're looking for. The stability and okay? Again, I do this individually because I want you to understand the benefit of it. I'm not calling anyone out, right? We're all here to get better. So if you're seeing a benefit, but you're trying to aim, you're missing the point. I want you to track your sights. If you're shooting irons, what are you supposed to be focused on?
Front sight post.
Okay, so what I want you to focus on is the front sight post. Here's the problem. Whenever we shoot at 3 yards, we're not focused on anything but the target. We think we're focused on the front sight, but most of the time we're focused on the target, watching where our rounds enter. Okay, so come back up, right here, draw your gun. Okay, what I want you to do, is this the grip I showed you? Okay, yeah, go ahead. I want you to grip the gun tight, relax here. I want you to give me 6 rounds. Okay, give me 6 good rounds. Okay, what did you notice?
It goes back to natural target really quick.
Okay, and the gun runs pretty flat. But notice one thing happened here. You slid down on the gun, okay? So here's what I want you to do. Focus on getting this gun, this hand right here, and gripping this hand as tight as you possibly can. Okay, relax this hand. Grip as tight as you can, okay? Give me 6 more. 6 more, as fast as you can. There you go. Go ahead and change your mag if you want. If not, just holster up. Notice the difference in how the gun runs this way for the most part and returns right back to 0 versus before. Okay, that's all we're looking for, right?
Yeah, it's shooting a lot flatter.
That's what we're looking for. We're just trying to mitigate some of that movement. And again, I just want you to see the difference. And if you don't see it, that's why I want to do this.
And I felt like I was losing a little bit because I'm used to applying a little bit of pressure with my strong hand pinky.
Okay.
And so I was but then because I lost my dot, I was watching my group start to open up, so then I stopped thinking about it.
Fellow wrong-handed.
He's wrong-handed.
You're gonna have to stand on that side.
I will. Go ahead. I want to see this side. You said you had a lot of trouble, so relax that hand. Look at it. It's changing colors. Just humor me, okay? Yeah. Just humor. Draw it out. Push it over. Okay. So no gap. 100%.
Yeah.
Relax.
This feels so weird.
Give me 6 rounds. What the dot do?
Moved around a lot.
A lot?
It stayed in the window, but it moved around.
Which way? Just like
Just
this?
everywhere. It was kind of going like that.
Okay. So, but it stayed in the glass?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it again.
100%.
100%. Just relax. Okay. Do it again. Watch that. What did it do that time?
All over the place. It's staying there.
Well, it's aggravated by this too.
Okay. So hold on now. When you say it's all over the place, go ahead and holster up. For one, look at your group. Okay.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to hold the dot or sight still. We see more movement in the dot than we see in our front sights, right? Because it's this little dot and it's moving all over the place. Mm-hmm. If my dot could track like this in the window, I mean, you're not going to have any issues. If the dot's leaving the window, up and left, up and right, let it float in there a little bit, right? It's okay for it to float a little bit. If you're losing it way left or way right, your gun shot flatter than anybody's, okay? So let the gun just settle. Plus with a light on there, you're going to have a little bit of extra, probably downward, but you don't even really have that much. But let the dot just float around. You're never going to keep it perfectly still. It's impossible, right? But your gun runs super flat. All right, so now what I want to do is just real quickly line everybody up. We're going to mark your hands, all right? And then I just want you to explore with it for the rest of the day, all right? If you want to revert back, go ahead. But those of you who didn't see an improvement, whenever I worked with you just for a minute, you saw improvement, right? So, again, it's just A way, not B way, all right?
Dude, optics are a whole new world for me.
Okay.
So just fill me with love.
Okay, so what did you see?
It tends to stay in the window just based on 0, 100.
Okay.
It tends to stay in the window now.
Okay. What did you change on your grip? Anything? Nothing?
No.
Obviously nothing on your grip.
Not positional, just gripping.
Okay, and did you relax that hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was amazing.
Okay, let's do it again. All right, so what I want you to do is 100% relax and just give me 6 good rounds. I mean, the gun runs literally.
Dude, the dot never left the window.
Okay, all right. So by relaxing this hand, I'm telling you, not only does it speed up your ability to pull the trigger, right? It lets you focus on, I want to show you. Come here and I'll show you. All right, so real quick, I just want you to watch what the gun does with just simply my support hand on the gun, okay? You ready? What'd the gun do? Just runs flat, right? Yeah. Watch it again. Ready? Just the support hand. What'd the gun do? Flat. So we don't have to put so much emphasis on, did you see that blowout at the top? Is that what you were saying? Yeah. The ports. What were you saying?
No, it's science of this is it's backwards of everything I ever thought.
Well, again, it's just a way, not the way. So if you want to revert back, or if it doesn't make sense, I mean, just again, that's why we're here, right? To talk about it. But all I do is crushing it with my support hand and pulling the trigger. This hand, all this hand does after we draw the gun and this hand takes over, which we'll get into, this thing, all it does is pull the trigger. That's it. And that's the only way you're going to ever be able to speed up your trigger finger and your splits. What are we looking for in shooting? What are the only 2 things that everyone wants to do? Speed and accuracy, right? So if speed and accuracy is the goal, and we keep this hand crushed on the gun, because a lot of people teach master grip out of the holster, crush the gun as tight as you can, and then you watch those guys shoot from here. I mean, come on. All the good shooters, grandmasters, my friend Donovan, Scott, everybody that shoots really, really fast relaxes this hand and crushes the gun with this hand. It's simple. It doesn't move. Get this tight under here if I can. Gotcha. Bring this up just a little bit right there. Good. Good.
They did not try to shave that.
I like the chunks.
Okay. Good. Let these thumbs just relax. Okay. Don't worry about blading those thumbs. Just let them relax. Get this in tighter. Get this up higher. There you go. Right there. Build this a little bit more if you can. Right here. Let these thumbs just relax there. It's going to be your biggest thing, okay? Making sure this is in there tight. Okay? These don't line up. Work on making them line up the rest of the day, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll start. A lot of times we're taught to lock our arms out, right? Why is that? Can anybody tell me? Who's taken a class where they told you to lock your arms out?
To mitigate recoil, blah, 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 blah.
Mitigate recoil. So when we lock our arms, we lock our wrists, and we inevitably go like this, okay? What I want you to think about is built-in shock absorbers, okay? So whenever we're locked out here and we're trying to mitigate recoil here, where does it go? Shoulders, right? If I go from here to here, look what happens. Immediately my wrists become unlocked, my elbows become soft, and where does recoil go? Right here. Just absorbs it right here, okay? A lot of times whenever we're like this, waiting for the perfect sight picture, now, and we're trying to mitigate recoil with strength versus structure, okay? I'm just gonna mimic 9mm recoil. I just want you to not let me mimic recoil, okay? See the flinch? You guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now do me a favor. Just give me soft elbows. Just relax a little bit. Give me good grip pressure here. Relax your elbows. Relax your shoulders. Let me do the same thing. Ready? A little bit. Just let it go. Okay? Just let it go. Relax. See the difference? He's not having to push the gun, push it to recoil. He's just letting the recoil come right here for his arm, okay? So, stop locking your arms out. When you lock your arms, you lock your wrists, you inevitably drop your head. Now watch what happens when you drop your head and you take your eyes from being straight versus taking your eyes down and you're looking up. Your head down and your eyes looking up. So do me a favor, take your glasses off. Look at me. Don't let me push your arm off. Ready? Don't let me push your arm off. Okay? Now, look at the ground, but don't move your hand. Put your arm back. Don't let me push your hand down. No strength. Look up. Don't move your head. No. He wants to move his head. He's like, just look up with your eyes, not your head. Look up. Nothing. No strength. Now look at me again. Don't let me push down. Now don't let me push up. Just by changing the position of your eyes changes the strength behind the gun. So whenever we teach stance or how to stand behind the gun, what is the reason for that? Can anybody tell me? Because if Peter's shooting USPSA, sometimes he's like this, right? Sometimes he may be like this, with his feet like this. This is what I like to say, circumstance dictates stance, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean that if something happens somewhere on the street or USPSA or a movement drill that you might do tomorrow, that your feet are gonna be like this, okay? Static range shooting and understanding the way the body works, if Brody was gonna fight me, I guarantee he wouldn't stand like this. Would you? Those pink headlights.
I wouldn't need to do much.
If you were gonna fight, you wouldn't stand in the sausages, would you? What would you do? Ah, look at that. He's right-handed, and what did he do? Stuck his left foot forward. So watch, stand in isosceles. Isosceles is taught, and it's great for, look how stable he is left. Look how stable he is right. Not so good north and south, but it's good east and west. So what does that tell you? What way does recoil go? North, south, east, or west? North, south, right? So step forward, just like you were gonna fight. You don't have to step like that. This isn't like one of these, like where you load your quads and your glutes. Just simply step forward, okay? Stand square, stand square. Still good, east, west, right? Now look how much better it is north-south. Now I gotta really push him to get him to go. So understanding the way the body works, if you were gonna fight, you would simply step forward. Now, this becomes base, this becomes balance, right? So if I need to move, I just go. I need to move, I just go. Just simple things can change the way, if I'm like this, every time I present the gun, I literally wanna go like this. How many of you guys have seen these guys? Right? So just relax. If I stand in a good position, a good fighting position, I don't bend my, or don't lock my arms, and I keep my head straight to the target. Watch what starts to happen, okay? So we're gonna go, thank you. We're gonna present the gun just from a chest ready. I'm gonna demo it for you. And instead of doing one round, we're gonna do 2 or 3 rounds, totally up to you. If you have a smaller gun with less mags, you do. If you have a gun with smaller mags, just do 2 shots. If you have a gun that has 18 or whatever, do 3 shots, okay? Because we can get lucky and do 1 shot and get a good hit. When we start running multiples, that's when the grip starts to come apart, so do 2 or 3, okay? And what I want you to do is I'm gonna teach you the way that I draw the gun and the way that I present the gun, okay? Not the way that Abner does it, not the way that Peter does it, not the way that Bryan does it, the way I do it. You may like it, you may not, and that's okay. From chest ready, eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears.
So, if you can get left of me, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here so you can all see. I like to shoot at a target, but this is very important for how I'm gonna teach you to build the grip from the holster, okay? So if you don't do it the way I'm showing you, you're not gonna get the benefit of what I'm trying to explain to you. So most people teach the high ready from up here and they present the gun like this. When I draw the gun doesn't come from up here. So this is not a high ready, chest ready, low ready presentation. I'm just simply getting you to pick the gun up from where your sternum is, and I want you to blade your support hand. So if you're left-handed, it's your right hand, right-handed, it's your left hand. I want you to blade it on the gun like this, where the gun is canted just a little bit left. As you present the gun, you build the grip. Everybody has ear protection on? you break the shot, okay? So it'll look like this. Makes sense? Just like that. All I'm doing is building the grip as I go. I'm not starting here compressed and breaking the shot. I'm mimicking the next step before the draw. I'm picking it up here and I'm breaking the shot. Does that make sense? If you don't blade the hand and you don't build the grip, you're not going to get the benefit of this, okay? So I want you to do 2 or 3 rounds. Again, if you have a smaller mag, just build the grip as you go. And I want it to be from, as you can see, like this. So the gun would come out and it would come from right here. Make sense? If you have trouble with it, we're going to walk the line and we're going to do this together, so don't worry. Line 1. Okay, so, yes. Thank you. So what I want you,
So it's essentially position Sul, slightly modified.
You know how.
Oh, I know.
Go down the Sul road,
Yeah.
and the reason that I do this is because I don't teach the up and over. I teach from here straight up. Straight up, okay? So we'll get there. All right, so Peter, I'm gonna let you run the timer. The timer is just simply a beep. The timer is just simply a go signal instead of us calling up. He's just gonna say ready, stand by, and when you hear the beep, from the low ready, whatever position you want to call it, just marrying the hands together, that's where you're gonna go from, okay? All right. Peter, you got the range.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Didn't because you're not used to coming from.
Oh,
okay?
dude, those dots.
Where was it? Right?
I think it was down low. Down low.
Okay. Do it again.
All right, everybody back.
So it's that.
Yep.
Shooters ready.
Keep your guns out. We're going from the same spot every time.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Working on that.
Yes, sir.
Open
Stand by. Stand by.
Look at those tiny little holes with that red dot.
I'm loving it, man. And I don't have to worry about batteries.
Yep.
That's always been my issue, worrying about batteries. That's fiber optics.
Yeah.
Ready. Shooters ready. Stand by.
Picking it up.
I'm in love with this thing.
Okay. Are you relaxing?
Yeah, I keep reminding myself, switch that hand off.
Okay.
Stand by.
And I'm tracking it the whole time.
Yeah. And the gun runs flat as can be, dude.
Oh, dude.
And watch what happens to your splits whenever you really start getting after it again.
I wish they would make the SRO and fiber optic.
I know.
That would make my day.
I doubt they ever will, but
Shooters
Yeah.
ready. Stand by.
Have you looked at this dot? This is their fiber optic driven one. And look, that's taped off. All you're getting is the corner light.
yeah.
Stand by.
I had a buddy who had that same. If you're out, just holster up, and if you're not, if you want to dry fire it. If not, we're just going to go through your mags. Who has rounds left? If you're, okay, we're gonna go 2 more and then we'll switch. Just stay on the line for me. And then when you're done, wait for line 2 and then we'll all reload together. That way we don't have people back there doing funky things. Okay?
Stand by.
All right, one more. Who here is carrying the way they carry every day? Does everybody carry every day? If you don't carry every day, that's fine. Who here is shooting the way they don't carry? Okay. Technically. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cover AIWB. Peter's going to cover outside because he shoots competition. 3 o'clock. Who else is carrying 3 o'clock? You? Okay. So I'll touch on it a little bit. So here's the reason why, for one, that I carry appendix, okay? For one, everything's center line, okay? To me, out of all the positions, this is the fastest. I would say I'm as fast, if not faster, from appendix than I am from an open rig. I don't know if it's just because of the amount of time I've spent, but to me, everything being center line, it's just faster. The other reason that I like it is in my vehicle. It's in front of me. It's not behind me, behind my seat belt. If I'm on the ground, right, unless I'm on my belly, if I am, I'm screwed anyway, but if I'm on my back, I can get access to it, where if I'm on my back, I can't get access to it. So just things to think about. Who here's running a tier 1? Just 3 of us? Wow. Last class we had, everybody had a tier 1. The whole class. There's a lot of good holster companies out there, right? Especially if you run inside the waistband. Tier 1, North Coast, Keeper's Concealment. I ran a Keeper's holster for the longest time. He doesn't offer a sidecar, and that's the reason that I went to this. The other reason I went to this is he runs a single belt loop, right? And I like the double belt loop. And now if you notice, I have a little clip on this one. This is the Alias from Neomag. I really like it because the placement of it, it never moves. I've only had it for a little bit, so I don't say go out and buy it. I'm still kind of just trying it out, but so far I really, really like it. It's a little bit harder to put on than just the clips, but what I would recommend is having at least 2 clips. And if you have just the holster without the sidecar, I recommend clips as well, because what happens is when they run through the belt, they move back and forth, okay? So just something to think about when it comes to holsters. Just why I like appendix, I've been shooting it pretty much ever since I started shooting a gun from concealment, which was about 9 years ago. I've always carried right here. Before that, before I knew any better, I carried in all kinds of different places. But that's why I like it. So if you're shooting outside, it's fine. It's no big deal. But when talking about the draw, what's the very first thing we have to do? Clear the garment, right? So we're going to cover a couple of different positions for people who are carrying concealed. Those of you who are not, you'll just work on what Peter shows you. That's totally fine, but he's going to give you a couple different options. So explore with all those options, just like you guys are going to explore with hand placement. I want you guys to do the same. We talk about, a lot of people teach hands high, and you'll go to some classes where the only way they'll let you start is hands high. And why do you think that is? Don't say it. Right? This is not a position that looks aggressive. But this is, right? So think about this. What do we see everywhere? We see cameras everywhere. If you do something nowadays, it's on camera, and they probably can't even hear you, right? So starting here is fine, especially if that's what they tell you to do. What I'll tell you is when you clear the garment, we don't start with our hands way out here or way down here. We just start with them right here, just under our nose, and we go down to our belly button, and at the same time this hand moves towards the gun, okay? But what I want you to do is grab with a fist, okay? Notice the gun is not clear, and then all I want you to do is rotate the wrist to your sternum. And look, the gun is completely clear. So from here, it's down, fist, rotate, okay? That's it. Nothing crazy. I don't need you to clear way up here, because when the gun comes out, look how far away I am from the gun. If everybody claps their hands, where did you clap your hands at? Right at your sternum, right? So if this is the natural point, why do we need to bring this way up here? Why do we need to do any weird thing? We just clear the gun, and we bring it to here, and we marry and we proceed, okay? So that's how we're gonna clear from there. There's the cheater grip that Scott teaches. It's where he says, I only grab with my 2 fingers. He grabs with his full hand, totally fine. And he puts this hand over this hand, okay, and this is how he starts. He doesn't grab with this hand and put any tension on it. He just rests this hand right here, okay? Simply raises to his sternum, goes up for the gun, okay? I do it a little bit different because this is what works for me. Whenever I put my gun away, I simply grab my sweatshirt and I pull it down like this. If I need to open my hands, I can. I just go like this, okay? I only come to here. I don't come to here because I have to pick my gun up as soon as I can. Make sense? So from here, it's literally just up, and that's it. The next one is arms folded, okay? This left hand, if you're right-handed, it's the opposite, or if you're left-handed, it's the opposite. Left hand here, right hand here. From here, it's the same concept. Here, here, and here. Make sense? I'll show you again. From here, it's just here, here, and here. Okay? Hands behind the back, it's no different. We just bring them around, we bring them up. From here, hands are just like this, and you can play with different placements how you want. Just hands behind the back, the gun comes in. Okay? The idea is we clear the garment no higher than we need to. Okay? Whenever you'll see, I put a video out the other day where I did a bill drill in Scott's class, and literally my hand caught my shirt, but I just went. I'm not grabbing it and taking it with me. But if we clear way up here, we're too far from the gun. Okay? So I want you guys to experiment with all those different hand placements. I'll demo them for you. We'll do one at a time. Okay? So I'll just say like hands folded, and then we'll run through a bunch of reps, then we'll do hands relaxed. If you do hands relaxed, Donovan's hands are right here. And he comes up right here like this. I am more comfortable with here because for so long I was trying to do this cheater grip, and now I just do it like this. Just what works for me. When you have a lot of, it's a lot easier to clear, especially if you have like a hoodie or a nice cotton shirt. If you have a fish shirt like this, what is this, polyester or something? It's like real slick, like Under Armour and stuff. When you go to clearing these, you tend to miss them. So these are real crappy shirts to wear, carry, and conceal. The only other thing I would add is for your 3 or 4 o'clock. I actually learned this from a guy, and I think it really works well. If you're going to start hands down here, simply take and run the hem of your garment and come over like this, because it will actually clear the whole gun versus trying to pick it up from here or pick it up from way over here. You just do a lot of useless movement, okay? So just run the hem of the garment, come over, and that's really the only way that I have found that works really well to get the garment clearing that each and every time versus trying to do it any other way, okay? So for you guys, I just want you to run it over and pull it up. And you'll see, you'll be behind the curve just a little bit because of where you carry. And then as far as the jacket goes, if you carry like that normally, just wear a jacket. No? Okay. Well, then I won't even cover it. Well, I will. I'll cover it. If you have a jacket on, you have to literally sweep it out of the way, okay? There's also another trick, I forget what it's called. Is it called the Frankenstein?
Yeah, when you do that.
Where you basically grab the jacket on this side and you pull it up. The problem I have with that is now look how far away I am, but it works and it clears the gun, okay? That's why I like this position so much, because I just showed you all these different hand placements, and it's so easy to clear the garment and get the gun out from right here. Does that make sense? Okay, Peter, I'm gonna have you cover the outside, and then we'll get after it. Any questions about that? It's that good? Yes. Listen to what he has to say. If you remember, he's the top 15% shooters in the world. In the world.
So a lot of you guys are running retention rigs. There's, obviously you have to activate that retention to get the gun out. So there's a couple different ways I'll show you. Especially if you have an open rig like this, it's definitely a lot easier. So what I tend to do, and I learned this from Scott Jedlinski, is ride my middle finger of the strong hand on the back of the holster like this. So it's literally just touching right on the back of the holster. And then as soon as the beep or, you know, whatever, it's just riding the back of the holster. I come up, my thumb goes around, and I get that good high and tight. I'm not like jamming the shit out of it, but I am coming down and pressing. And that, for retention guys, you know, your hand comes up, you defeat your retention with your thumb, you know, level 2, level 3, and then you come out. It's the same exact thing. You're not jamming down, but I have a Safari Land rig, so if I do this, my thumb is automatically on that that retention, defeating it. There's also, you know, you can start with your hands wherever. Like sometimes in competition, we'll have to be up here on a wall, or like, you know, over here, some weird shit above, you know, above your shoulder, something like that. So it can help in those situations to look at your gun, so you know exactly where your hand's going to go. So I've found that to be less consistent, just because you're not really forcing your hand into the back of the gun, getting that good master grip right off the bat. But there are people who can throw, you know, 40 draws with that scoop draw because they have such a quick reaction time and they're up so fast. But once you get the gun out, it's either the same as any other draw. You bury your hands, present to the target, pull the trigger on your way. Once you get that final presentation. But yeah, just try and, you know, you can start out here if you want to, and just try and get that good purchase on the gun before the beep is done beeping, because that beep is 0.3 seconds. So that's my goal. I want to have my hand at least on the gun before that beep finishes, which is pretty fast. But I've found, you know, starting on the back of the holster like this and just coming up, that is the most consistent way for me, at least. Again, you're not jamming down into the back strap, but you are kind of bouncing it out of the holster a little bit.
Can you talk about how your support hand moves as well?
So, see, I have my mag pouch kind of centered. I kind of line it up with my belly button when I put it on. So, generally, if it's just a normal start to a stage, I'll be starting like this. And then as soon as the beep goes off and my hand starts moving, my left hand moves too. So that basically, this part of my wrist essentially touches where my belly button is, maybe a little bit over here. But you'll see, you know, got caught in the pocket. Both my hands are moving at the exact same time. So it's beep. I'm trying to keep this hand open so it's ready to accept the gun when it comes out of the holster.
Time, block the slide to the rear. Show your neighbor.
Beautiful.
All right, slides forward, holster up. Downrange?
Downrange.
Downrange.
Okay. I'm not drawing my gun. Man.
I'm not drawing my gun.
So here's what I want to do, okay? I just want you guys to simply work on clearing the garment from hands low, just because right now you got your jackets and everything on. So hands right here, just like this, hold your garment a little bit. We're gonna work on them all, so don't think it's just a cheater grip. But all I want you to do, if you're outside, I want you to try what he was talking about, but I don't want you to draw the gun. Those of you who are doing appendix, I want you to go to the gun hard, and if it comes out like this, that's okay. Just don't rotate the gun. Understood? Okay, here we go. All right, Peter, just call up a bunch of times. Don't draw your gun. Go in at the gun hard. Don't go like this. Okay? I want you to get the gun to where it pops just a little bit. Okay? All right, here we go.
Shooter's ready. Stand by. Up.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's how you went
that
all
thumb.
the way behind.
Yep. That's right.
Just out. This is
Thumb.
where I think you're gonna find the most value out of today. If you can go in at the gun like this. I know it's tough because you're so used to going.
I am here to learn.
Okay, well let's try. Don't do this now. We're gonna go to that. Just,
okay.
So what I want you to do is go like this. Now go like this. Now go at the gun. Go in at the gun, like down on the gun. Literally. Go ahead. Okay. Just try going in at the gun. Down on the gun. Straight down. Run it up.
Yeah. Punch at it and allow it to pucker up between the fingers and then bunch at it. And no one's ever taught what he taught. And that's what I teach is This crap is garbage. No one does this. Even the people who teach this don't do this.
Because your hand now is way out of the...
Yeah. People end up doing this in reality. That's all you have to do.
Well, I started going to see how little I can move. How little can I
Correct.
move?
Because if you're in the convenience store and the impulse aisle is about that long, wouldn't it be nice to be able to go like this and get a gun?
Yep.
I got that on camera, by the way. Tactical muffin, that's so staying in.
Ready. Up.
Okay. Don't go here to it. Up and down.
Shooters ready. Up.
Yeah, better.
Sit, man. Sit.
Feet. Here you go. I want it to be hands down here. Again, remember, we're just starting in this position. This isn't because I'm trying to teach you this is the way. For you guys, you're just coming up and down, and you're going to keep doing that, but I'm going to have you change your hand placement. Okay? But for this part, eyes and ears,
eyes and
somebody
ears.
just give me an up command. I'm going to make sure my gun is loaded. Okay? Up. Okay? I just want... Okay? Nothing crazy. I don't want you to go so fast that you bring the gun back in. We're going to do 2 rounds. It'll look like this. Up. Okay? So just 2 good rounds. Up. Nothing crazy, okay? You don't have to go at that speed. I'm not even trying to go fast. I just want you to just do it consistently. I want it to be one motion, okay? Not drawing the gun and doing it, okay? Line one's up. When we draw the gun, we're clearing the gun, we're marrying the gun, picking the gun up finger to finger. As we present the gun, get our sight picture, fire 2 rounds, okay? We still need everything to come together at this point. Grip, the draw, all of it, okay? All right, so... you need to make ready, make ready. And then when Peter gives you the beep, that's when you'll go. It's not for time, it's just a go signal. On you, Peter.
We're in the full thing?
Nope, just down here.
Just down here, okay.
Ready. Stand by.
Where's my dot? There's my dot.
Okay, it's all right. It's something different. Okay, so stab it.
Ready. Stand by.
That's what I want you to work.
Yes,
sir. On that stab.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Already bladed and it just picks up.
Shooters ready, stand by.
Right?
Shooters ready, stand by. Stand by.
Now all I've got to do is consistently find the optic when I bring it up.
So, think about this. So one thing, instead of meeting the gun, keep your head still, everything still, you're up, bring the gun to you. Hold on. The gun to me, I'm not going to meet the gun.
Ready, what?
That does change it.
Yeah, because you can't intersect. Because
Yeah.
you'll never intersect at the same point.
Because you'll go like that.
If I'm over here, if I'm over there, you'll never be able to do that. So you have to bring the gun to your face. lot of times I'll tell people I'll get Shane up here on the line, and I'll say watch from behind to watch how his head, shoulders, nothing moves.
Yeah, he
except his
goes.
arms. Yeah, it's the only way you're gonna. All right. Is that the ported or the non-ported?
Non-ported. The only thing I changed from what you sent me was I needed the one that sticks out a little further because I run the gun from that side. But aside from that, it's exactly the way you sent it. And I'm loving it.
Ready. Fire.
Okay, so look at you. Looking for the dot like this.
Yeah, I know.
Don't look for the dot. Glue your eyes to the target. Bring the dot to your eyes.
Okay.
Go. Go. There you go. Look at your head. So here, when you bring the dot up and you drop your head, you're passing those 2 points and then coming back to it. If you just bring the dot to your eyes, the dot will stop at your eye line.
Okay.
So don't move your head down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold your ears this time if I can reach them. I just want you to keep your head right here.
Okay.
And now just draw the gun to your eyes.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Come to your eye line.
Yes, it did.
Stop moving your head. It's going to be a hard thing to break.
It is.
So if you notice, whenever I shoot, my head is down just a touch, but it's because I had such trouble breaking that from bad habits. I just simply shoot with my head down just a touch. So if I need to move just a little, I move before I draw the gun. But don't move after you draw the gun, because then you're searching for the dot.
All right.
And the dot will just come to your eye line. Okay? All right. Do it again. Don't move your head.
Stand by.
You go up and then drop the dot. Do you notice that? Okay. Do it again.
Stand by.
That's how you didn't do it.
Well, what I'm trying to, I'm thinking of like 80 things at the same time.
Okay.
One of which being, you squeeze with this hand.
Yep.
The other one is don't bob my head. Because you're right, I do that. I can feel myself doing it. I'll go.
Okay. I'm going to hold your head too.
Shooters ready.
Just don't move your head.
Stand by.
You side dominant?
No. Left, left.
So you just move. You just want to do this for some reason. Do you close your eye?
No.
Because I can't see your eyes. So what I want you to focus on is just bringing the dot to your eye, right? So from here, it's just this. Bring it to your eye line. Wherever you're looking on the target, that's where the dot is. Glue your eyes to a certain spot. So where I look is that bottom perforation on the A-zone.
Yeah.
If I'm shooting the A-zone, that's where I'm looking.
Okay.
And I just glue my eyes there and I don't take it off. Don't move your head. Better. So much better.
Okay.
Where was the dot?
Actually, the dot was in the middle of that hole. Okay. I was looking at where you were saying, like the bottom of the A zone.
Let me tell you what happened. Guarantee you moved your eyes in there. I guarantee it.
Fair.
Do it again. Okay. You probably didn't even realize it because that's where your eyes keep going to. I mean, look, you're blowing the center out of it. Glue your eyes to the bottom and shoot one load.
All right.
Don't move your head.
Focus. Don't move my eyes.
Don't move your eyes or your head. Just bring the dot to your eye.
I apologize, that was too close.
Look at you. You moved your head a little bit, but you didn't move your eyes. Was the dot right there?
Yeah.
Okay, now just stop moving your head. I'm gonna hold your head again. Go ahead. You can go now. Where was it? You put your head down.
I did. All right, try that one.
Do it again. Just raise the dot to your eye line. Work on that.
Was that better?
Yes.
All right.
I didn't even have to put no pressure. So still doing the drop in. right? Yeah. Just rotate the gun and bring the gun up to your eye. I don't want it to be like this, right? I just want when the gun comes out and the support hand gets on the gun, it just raises the gun to the target, okay? See? You did what I said. Yeah. Just let the gun, but when it comes out, just let it naturally just come from here to here, not like this. You don't have to go like this, okay? Just here to here. Okay, better, but the dot was there.
Yeah.
So this will be so much sooner to break the shot than this.
Yeah.
Huh?
I could see it, but I was high left.
That's okay. Just look at the target and drive it here versus here, and then cock in your head. Just as you come up, just drive it. I mean, it's literally goes from this to this. It's just that much movement. So if I just drive it under my dominant eye without moving it, it's so much easier.
Stand by.
Better. Just here's what I would tell you. Don't slow down, right? Just do it more efficient. Like this. I'm gonna have to draw it under my dominant eye. Just like that. Just do it at that speed, right? Versus this, right? Because what you're trying to do is pick it up. So, right? I pick it up the minute I pick it up. So if I have to bring it over here, which I can't do because I can't see it, but I don't have to move my head to see it. It's just simply bring it up, and instead of coming straight up, I'm just coming over just a touch. Okay?
Who's ready?
Play with it.
Stand by.
I guarantee it will help. Don't worry about going so fast. Right? Just be efficient and see it, and then you can speed it up.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. I never noticed.
Behind, go here and stab it. Go down on it.
Who's ready? Stand by.
Better. You went and hesitated, right? Don't hesitate. Just go to it. So watch my finger. Notice how my finger stays out
I'm
just
not
a
a
little
Turk
bit.
though, so you're good.
So look.
Oh, you're fine.
Kill button anyway.
Better. Just remember to move that finger. 5 yards. So let's do it from right where Abner's at. Okay? So dress the line, be ready when he gets to you. So you're right
So
here.
from holster.
Gets to you.
Chest
He'll
ready.
tell you load
Chest
make
ready.
ready. Yep, it'll be from
Load make
chest ready. 3x5 head box.
1 round.
You need 2 rounds. You get 2 attempts.
One at a time.
2 attempts.
But
Just
one round.
One round
yes.
at a time.
Okay, talk some shit.
Are you ready?
Shoot ready.
Stand by. 181. Set it up again. Are you ready?
Shoot ready.
Stand by.
Good.
126.
1, 2,
Remember
6.
1,
It's
2,
time to
6.
beat.
Hold strap.
Remember your time, Abner. 1, 2, 6.
1, 2, 6.
Stand by.
And you're doing this.
2, 2, 8. Are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
Nope.
2, 3, 3. Who's next? All right. 8, 7. Woo! Are you ready? Stand by.
Oh!
7, 7 miss. No, 8, 7. Remember 8, 7. That was nice.
87.
87. Boys and girls. Make ready.
Nice job, dude.
Are you ready? Stand by. I ready. Nope. 197.
That's terrible. Stop moving that
But
head.
you got your hit. Yeah. You ready? Bye.
Yeah!
101. Fast though. That was nice.
Attaboy, Pete.
Did I bob my head? I feel like I did just a little bit.
So notice how they're both.
All right, ready? Shooter ready. Stand by. 1, 3, 4.
I got you. Yeah.
Right?
You can speed
Let
this one up.
hand.
Are you ready? Stand by.
You doing it?
9-7 low. Hold strap.
Because I'm trying. Don't let that hand
Are you ready?
overdrop.
Yes.
Stand by.
This hand drop. Are you confident?
1, 3, 2. You got to hit. Speed up this one.
You're saying yourself.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
Ripping it. It's like you're
91 miss. Are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by. 215 hit. Speed it up. Are you ready? Stand by. 185. Both hits though. Hold strap.
Good group, man.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Oh, mulligan?
No
No?
more.
All right.
That was
That'll
your
count as
first
one. It's cool.
Stand by.
Oh.
Fast, but I don't know where it went.
I think I got it.
Oh yeah.
I got it right here.
That was the Charlie.
That was real fast. All right, Brody, make ready. Are you ready?
Yep.
Bye. 131 looks like it's just out. Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Over 127, holster up.
Where we at?
Make ready.
Did you miss them both?
Oh, yeah, technically.
Just out.
What do you mean no technically?
Technically, I did.
Stand by. Oh, yeah, buddy, 94.
Oh, man.
Now you can go faster. 87 is the time to beat. Are you ready? Stand by. 99.
Damn, Donnie. Good job, bro.
Oh, yeah. No. Connie really wanted that, yeah.
Are you ready? Stand by. 118. Get your grip. Get your grip before you.
Oh, boy.
Are you ready? Stand by. Jumped at 110.
I did.
Full strap. Are you ready?
Ready?
Stand by. 137 miss. Aiming for that head box, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Stand by. 156. That was the top of the body A zone. Full strap. Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. 148. Good hit. Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
I know. I don't think so.
110 miss. A lot of tension in that one. So I'm moving around. Stand by. Low 126. Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. 113. Your thumb was down in your.
Yep.
You got this. Make ready.
I don't know where it's gonna go, but we're gonna
That's
try
all right.
it.
No, don't start saying stuff like that.
It's gonna hit the target.
Don't talk.
Come on, girl.
You're
Keep
talking
it good
smack at yourself.
Okay,
Show that 86. Well, who's boss?
Take as long as you need to hit that target, though, okay?
I'll try.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Woo!
Nice.
Line break.
97. That is
Come on.
Heck yeah.
97.
That was good.
Are you ready?
Right.
Stand by. Over 111. Hold
It's all
strap.
right. Nice.
Okay. Before you turn around, hold strap. All right.
Trust that dot ring.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Stand by. 139. Low left. Are you ready? Stand by.
There it is.
138. Hit. Hold strap. Before you turn around.
Come on, man.
Good job,
Who's
Rachel.
boss? Make that 86 look like it's slow. But the trigger is super important, right? Where a lot of us have been taught to shoot, get to the wall, right, and then fire. Well, a lot of times it calls us to pin the trigger. How many of you heard of pinning the trigger? So you pin the trigger because you want to be able to then hear the click for the reset, right? Well, let me show you what happens when you pin the trigger, okay? So go ahead and give me your eyes and ears and just scoot up. Just get to where you can see the gun, okay? So eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears.
Watch the gun. Don't worry about the target. If you want me to shoot for accuracy and do a bunch of shooting, I will. But just watch the gun, okay? Watch what happens when I pin the trigger. You ready? Where's the muzzle?
Up.
Now watch. Whenever I release, here's the click, Then I have to move the dot back down, or the sights back down to the target, right? Then pull the trigger again. Where's the muzzle? High, down, high, down, versus just let the gun cycle. See the difference? So typically when you see people pinning the trigger, they pin the trigger, they bring the gun down, they think it's going to be faster, and then they go, nah. And then inevitably they do this. They go, pin the trigger, get the sights back, nah, and they shoot low. Okay? Who here pins the trigger? You do? Good. You have a stock Glock trigger?
Yeah.
Okay. Draw your gun. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to have you shoot once, okay? Pin the trigger and just keep it back, okay? Go ahead and shoot once. Keep it pinned. Okay, don't keep it pinned. Do it again, keep it pinned. Oh, you did have it pinned. Sorry, I thought I heard a click. I apologize.
That was the casing.
Pin the trigger. Okay, now when you hear the beep, come off and give me a good shot, okay? Ready? Okay. Stand by. Okay, time was a 47. Holster up. Put your trigger finger right on the front of the trigger guard. Nope, all the way up. Yeah, all the way up. Inside, but right there, okay? As soon as you hear the beep, I want you to slap the trigger. Ready? Stand by. 23, holster up. Now, draw the gun. Get to the wall. Is that the wall?
Yeah.
You think?
Hope.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to have you do is I want you to just pull back ever so slightly, just a little bit more. Not all the way through the trigger, just a little bit more. Okay? Go back. Get to the wall. A little bit more. It's nice and slow. When you feel it move just a little bit, stop. Okay?
Okay.
Is that a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it a little bit more. Okay. That's a stock trigger. Okay. Do it again. Get to the wall. Get the wall.
Yep.
Now when you hear the timer go beep, give me a shot. Ready? Stand by. 18. Do it again. Get to the wall. A little bit more. Yeah, feel that extra little bit? Here we go. Stand by. 14. Holster up. So, where was your shot placement on those? I was watching your trigger finger. Gun didn't move hardly at all, right? Okay, so when we pin the trigger, not only are we having to drop the gun back down, but if we're just going from a pin trigger with sights on target, coming off the trigger and back on, look at our time, 0.47, okay? 23 slapping the trigger. Is it acceptable to slap the trigger? Sure, if we're shooting an A zone, but if we're shooting a 1-inch square. Might not want to slap the trigger, right? There are some people who teach as long as you have a solid grip, you can slap the trigger all you want. I feel like, would you agree or disagree, Peter and Brian? Whenever you're shooting a 1-inch circle, you ain't slapping the trigger. Never. You're getting to the wall, breaking the shot, okay? Stock trigger, how many walls do you think you have in there?
I would have said 1.
1. Do me a favor, unload your gun. Okay? Go ahead. Turn the gun over. Just put one hand like this. You said 1, okay? 1.
If I get close.
2.
Yep.
3. You're sure this is a stock trigger?
That's a stock trigger.
Wow. 1. 2. 3. Okay.
Again?
Who has a Glock with a stock trigger?
Not stock.
Who has a stock Glock trigger? Right. You do? It's downrange. Make sure it's unloaded. How many walls do you think you have?
I mean, I would say 1, but
1. Okay. So check this out. Let's just see. 1. 2. 1. 1, 2, 3. Who else has a stock Glock? You do?
I got a connector in it.
Sorry. Typically, Glocks are 4 to 6. So the fact that you both have 3 is very interesting.
I mean, I shoot it a lot.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say you have 4. Okay, so did everybody see how we did that? So let me show you mine. Mine is simple. It's 1, 2. Okay? So what I want you guys to do is half of you, teams 1 and 2, go to that berm. The other half of you go over here, teams 1 and 2. I want you each to figure out how many walls are in your gun, and you have to move it ever so slightly, okay? And then I want your partner to compare and tell me if you agree or disagree, okay? Separate up.
Oh, see, yours is,
There's for sure 1.
Yeah, this feels like 2. 1, 2.
3 is all the way back.
I kind of got yours. You just got to be a little.
It's gonna be in 5.
Let's do it this way.
What do you think?
I don't know. I can only get 2.
1, 2.
That's one of Brian's.
Yeah, I think I sent you this gun.
Oh, you did this?
Well, I sent it to you. 2. Yeah, I'd say 2. 1.
I feel like I even
2.
got a 4th one on yours.
Thank you.
Say 3.
Really?
1.
Oh, I saw him. We didn't use number back.
2, 3.
All right.
1,
I just learned something.
2, 3.
If I were to get my other Glock, like legit, you'd be like, yeah, that's got like half.
That's the way this M&P is.
It's a Zev V4, which is no longer made.
Yep.
So you know that one.
know
You know the V4.
Yep.
You can't get them anymore.
Nope. But it's literally, it's to the wall. 1, 2.
May I?
Yeah.
How many do you have?
2.
Yeah. So you have the ghost trigger?
Oh.
Well, so, but if he did, he probably.
So to me, that's 1.
Yeah, that initial 4.
That's 2.
Okay, then 3 would be the break.
That's 3. So just understanding and knowing, right? It's cool to know because most people don't know what the gun is.
Most people don't know what they don't know.
When you can become intimate with where your trigger is and how your trigger works, right? You're going to see the difference right here. I don't know about you, but a 47 versus a 14, that's a huge difference, right? Slapping the trigger, sure, but if I said, hey, shoot this 1-inch square, slap the trigger, if you don't have the perfect grip, you're not gonna hit, right? It's not gonna be what you think. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna partner up. Line 1 will go first, okay? And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna prep to the wall, okay? And then your partner's gonna just tap you and you're gonna pull the trigger. And in reset, in recoil, you're gonna reset, get back to the wall. What your partner's gonna do is tell you, did you get back to the reset? Are you back at the wall? What you don't wanna see, Brian, come up here. I want you to watch my trigger finger if you can see it. Probably get on this left side. Actually, I'll move down here. Everybody can just see. I'll just shoot into the berm. What I want you to see is the getting back to the wall in recoil, not waiting and getting there after the gun settles, okay? So just tap me and I'll just come back to the wall. See, I'm at the wall, okay? Now, you see that? What that is you really getting intimate and pressing it. If you crack one off, it's okay, because you're really trying to be intimate. When you do that, it happens. It happens all the time. You want to really know where that wall is. You want to be right there, so when he taps you, it's break and reset, break and reset. What you don't want to see in your partner is this. See that? You see my finger moving? You shouldn't see it. In recoil, it should be reset. Okay, ready? difference? That's what I want you to work on with your partner, okay? Watching your partner, telling them. It's not about how fast you can go, right? Watch the trigger finger and make sure they're back to the wall, okay? Does that make sense? Everybody understand? Okay, line one.
Go ahead and get out.
Alright, let me do it, reset.
It's actually coming off and back on. It's going bang. And you might be off the reset, or you might not be pinning it. But I can still see your finger moving, so it means you're not all the way back on the new trick. You're not used to it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That was bad.
There you go. Don't forget to do it.
Reset.
You're back every time.
And then I'm thinking about my grip. I'm loose. Look at that. I'm vice gripping that thing.
So what you're doing is when you break the shot, you're coming all the way to full extension, you're coming back to the wall. What I want you to focus on is break the shot, come back to the wall. Do it in recoil. Don't go like this.
So essentially don't let go of the trigger.
Let go of the trigger. Watch the trigger. Ready? Notice how during recoil, I'm right back to the wall.
Right.
Right back to the wall.
But your finger doesn't look like so I'm going like that.
Going like this, watch my finger.
Yeah. Okay, I see it.
Oil that gun. Ready?
Yeah.
You're going like this. And coming back to the wall.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Get to the wall.
So, because your finger is not really coming off of the trigger.
That's what I want you to do.
Got
I
it,
want you to
got
get
it.
intimate with the
Got
trigger.
it. Okay.
That in probably 3 months, right? That is something that I can tell you. How long would you say Donovan's worked on that, Peter? Years. You go watch some of .1 Tactics stuff. He just put out a video. Somebody did a video of his class, and I watched him shoot a bill drill. Did you see the one where it was almost 7, where he shot 7 rounds, but he said, somebody said, oh, I think that was only 5, but it was like 7 because the last 2 were literally like, da-da! I swear I thought his gun was going full auto. It was so fast. But if you watch him and you take a class from him, he breaks this down for about 2 hours, and it's the best trigger assessment drill and talk, and he gets so intimate with the trigger, it's unbelievable. And he learned it from JJ. So what I would challenge you to do is become intimate with your trigger. Understanding, I'm not telling you to pin the trigger. I'm telling you that when the gun goes into recoil, by the time the gun and the sights settle back on target, you need to be at the wall so that you can then break the shot again. Your finger should never leave the trigger. And if you want to get back and have debates about slapping the trigger, is it okay? Sure, it's okay. But if you're going to be intimate with your trigger, the guys that are really, really good and really, really fast, they do not slap the trigger. So just something to think about, just something you can take away and work on. Brian's going to demonstrate emergency reloads and tack reloads. Please pay attention to tack reloads because it's very important for how we do this next process, okay? And then Peter's going to demonstrate speed reloads, okay?
Okay, so tack reloads. Got an empty gun. Tack reload is this. I've got my mag in my hand. You notice mags are always going to be with the rounds pointed outward. Okay, finger up the spine of the mag. I'm holding it by the base. A tack reload. I'm going to drop the mag out, put the new one in. I'm not dropping it to the ground. I'm not doing anything. This is like an admin reload, meaning we're sitting here at the range. There's no speed to this. This is just to make something consistent. There's a couple different ways people talk about doing with your fingers, and this matters on how long your fingers are. I have short fingers. I drop the mag in the palm. New mag goes in. Okay. So some people do it like this, okay? Or you can do it, it's gonna have to be how your fingers are, okay? But literally we're not dropping the mag, we're just tack reloading it. So when we get ready to do this drill, we're gonna have one in the chamber with an empty mag. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna lock back on an empty, okay? So we're gonna do a tack reload. It's as simple as that. All right, so a speed reload, Peter's gonna cover, but an emergency reload. So in a emergency, and I'm locked back, okay? We were just discussing the proper way to do this, and I'm not the best at the proper way to do this, okay? Me, when I grew up shooting, empty mag, get rid of it, drop it, right? Because it's empty. The better way to do this is your brain wants to make straight lines out of things, okay? So if you walk into a room and you see the tile floor is all cattywonkered, you'll notice it. A picture on the wall is diagonal, you notice it. Your body wants to make straight lines. The proper way to do this is I'm gonna grab my new mag, okay, my loaded mag. Once I've got the hand on it, I'm gonna turn the gun, drop it. My brain sees that line of how that mag just went out. New mag goes right back in, okay? So the way I was taught was, this is years ago, hey, empty gun, mag doesn't do anything, get rid of it. But it's better if you get to the mag, it's just faster. Okay? Now Pete's gonna show you speed reloads.
So speed reloads in competition are what you want. You never want to run your gun dry. That's essentially what you're going for. So, you know, you plan out a stage, it might be 32 rounds worth of targets. You figure out a spot where you're ideally moving so you're not standing still and reloading and losing time. And you know, you want to get it done as fast as possible. That's the speed reload. But you also want it to be consistent, so you don't mess up. So there's, like with everything, there's exploration mode and there's execution mode. So exploration mode, you're going to push, you might throw some misses, you might miss the whole mag well, something like that. But execution mode is what you really want to figure out. You know, you're basically 99% consistency speed. So what I think about when I do a reload is, you know, to come out for this, you know, when I demo this, I'm going to do 2 shots and then reload. So as soon as that second shot breaks, the second that trigger is pulled, I'm already grabbing my new mag, dumping the old mag, and loading. So it's that millisecond that shot breaks, I'm trying to retract my gun and get it back plussed up. Now there's a couple different ways of thinking about where you reload. You know, there's guys who will bang, 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 and reload out here, so they never retract the gun back into their body. I've found more consistent, just for me, you know, you can do that if you want. More consistent for me is bringing the gun back, essentially bringing the gun to the magazine instead of bringing the magazine to the gun. So rather than out here, it's kind of out in space somewhere random. You might have a good index, you might not. I shoot, reload, grab my magazine and drop my elbow. And that's where I need my gun to be. So if I grab my magazine, drop my elbow, my gun needs to be right there to accept that new magazine and go home. So bang, bang, I'm looking at my mag well, I'm bringing it back to where it needs to be, inserting the new mag, and trying to think of inserting the magazine and getting a new grip on the gun as one motion. So it's not insert, marry, then press back out. It's one motion. So I'll demo this. Hopefully my cold hands don't screw me up too bad.
Everybody come up so you can see it. Watch the reload. I promise you, you can hit the target. Do it at 50%. So this first one's just going to be at 50%.
Jacket's coming off.
I don't want to get snagged in the pocket.
Here.
Shirtless.
So 50% for the first one. 50%. Okay? We'll do the first two at 50%. Shooter ready? Stand by. Okay. So to break it down for you, first shot 127, nothing crazy. 145, so it was an 18 split. His reload time at 50% was 1.34. Okay? That's blazing fast. Okay, just do 50% again. Shooter ready, stand by. Okay, so picked up his first shot, 112, same split almost. It was a 19 instead of an 18, 146. Still blazing fast.
There's a little hiccup.
That was 50%?
Pressing back
That
out.
was 50%. So now let's do 80%. Just pick it up just a touch. Shooter ready? Stand by. Okay, so he picked everything up. First shot of 91, 17 split. What do you think the reload was? 113. Okay, now let's just go into explore mode. Okay, so if he misses it, that's okay, because now we're going to experiment, like he said, and just see how fast he can push it. I can tell you, whenever he did this the last time in class, what was it, a 91?
98.
98 reload, okay? So just explore. So if you miss it, we're going to redo it, okay? Here we go. Shooter ready? Stand by. It's okay. Do it again. Stand by. Okay. Someone guess? 101. Cold as crap, 107. Okay? Let's push it a little harder. I know it's cold as crap, dude. I'm standing here with my hand on these hand warmers like, hey, I'm good, right?
Yeah, make Pete do it faster.
Stand by. Alright, do it again. Do it again. One more time. I'm not going to make you push it too hard. It's cold as crap. Stand by.
Boom. Under a second.
Close, 106. Alright, good shit, bro. Okay, so, good reload from concealment.
2.5.
2.5. If you can get to 2, you're really smoking good, like from concealment. A lot of guys really, there's a couple guys out there, I don't know if any of you follow him, Clark Shooter on Instagram. By far, in my opinion, the best reloader in the game. Probably 1.5s at least, if not faster. Dude is just like a robot when it comes to reloading the gun from appendix. It's pretty phenomenal. So what we're gonna do is Brian, myself, and Pete are just gonna demo it. I'm not near as good or fast as doing reloads. That's why they did it. That's why you build a good team around you. And we're gonna show you what we want you to do. So once the mag's on the ground, we're gonna fire around, do a reload, fire around. We're gonna wait, fingers off the trigger. We're gonna show you how we want you to pick up the mag with the gun in your hand so everyone does this safely, okay? All right, guys ready? Up.
Didn't have a mag.
Okay. All right, we're gonna pick up our mags. So what I want you to do is take your thumb, put it over the back strap. Rotate the gun sideways where your finger's up top, just like this. Simply bend down together, pick up your mag, should be your empty one. There'll be a round in the chamber. You're gonna simply do a tack reload, holster the gun first, then holster the mag. Make sense? Want us to do it again, or do you feel confident you can do that?
Can you do it one more time?
Trial and error.
One more time. He said trial and error. Okay, here we go. I should have, all right, ready? Up. Okay, pick up your mag. Tack reload. Holster your gun. Holster your mag. We're gonna do it again. Understood? Line 1. You got one in the chamber with an empty mag. On the beat.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So just for humor, because I know you're used to dropping the mag and then redoing it, like dropping it, then inserting it, try coming back, get the other mag out, drop, turn, and go.
Okay.
Just try it.
All right.
Tack reload.
So you're saying retain the mag
Yes.
until I have this one in hand.
Yep, so
and
check
then
it out.
track the path.
Bang, Gun comes in, go for my mag.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
It's okay. You're good.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude,
because you're literally following the line.
And come, so instead of doing it out here, right? Come to here. Just come here. Mag, turn, and go. Just try. You might find it to be pointless, but you also might find it to be
an epiphany.
To me, it was an epiphany for me. I mean, because when you watch it fall, right? When I watch it fall, it just, this finger just goes right there.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Stand by.
Sorry. So, next time, right? Next time, do it like this.
If you have to do that, then I kind of have to do this one. But you never know if it's the Glock that's just sticking in there.
Just do it in a slower motion, just to get a feel for watching it drop.
Okay.
And watching it insert. Versus doing it here, just come to right here. Boom. I literally just come from here to here. I turn, drop, and go. Makes sense? So when the gun is here, we break the shot, we come in with the gun just a little bit, we get our mag, we drop, turn, insert, and go. Does that make sense? So it's literally gun, mag, drop, insert, go. Just, hey, here's the thing, you guys. It's not about how fast you can go during this process, right? I would much rather it look something like this than so fast that you're not getting anything out of it, okay? Just that speed. That's going to be faster for most of you than if you try to do it the way you're doing it when it looks like this. Stop doing that shit. You're not getting anything out of it, right? Just relax. Again, you're not trying to impress nobody. You're just simply trying to get the process, make it repeatable. Because then once you get it into explore mode, that's when you start to push, and that's when you can get down to the 1 second like these. If you're doing it right now, you're not going to get anything out of it. So just, I don't want you to say slow the process down, because your body doesn't understand slow and fast. Just be more careful with the process and pay attention to what you're doing, and I guarantee it will be more efficient. Speed comes from efficiency, efficiency comes from technique. Scott Jones.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That did not suck at all.
Something that will help you even more, Abner, is whenever you come in, everyone wants to turn the gun when they come in. I want you to come in straight, get the mag, drop, turn, seat, go. And the reason I want you to do that is a lot of times, how many times have you seen guys turn the gun, hit the mag release,
and they go like this? Yeah.
The wig flick. Okay, so great point. Downrange?
Downrange!
How many of you were taught, if you've taken a class, you never take your eyes off the threat?
Oh.
Yes, right? Remember, this is not a tactics class. This is a technique class. So I can assure you, by taking just that split second to watch the mag go into the gun versus fumbling all around, you're going to be more efficient with putting the mag in the gun. Would anybody here disagree? Okay, so take the time. It's a split second, but boom, boom, right? It's that fast, okay?
Stand by.
There was no hesitation. I guarantee you that one compared to the one you
stand by.
My hand is right here. Okay? So something to think about. And again, this is just on a reload, right? Here, here, and here. Whenever I come over the top for a reload, again, this is not administrative, it's a reload, right? If I come over the top, I'm this far away from the gun, okay? So just something to think about. I noticed a lot of you come over the top. I would challenge you to try, and once the mag is seated, rotate the gun and then go.
Nice.
My brain hurts.
Imagine what's going to happen when you go to bed tonight. You're going to get into combat sleep, and your brain's going to try to catalog everything you were exposed to today. And you're not going to sleep very well because of it.
I had a dream last night that I worked on a dummy gun that I bought for training.
Really?
And I woke up and I was like, I don't have to do it because I did it already. Did it again. Come on.
Make sure they're good reps, Josh. You gotta get that thumb where it needs to go.
So, how interesting. You're a lefty like I am, and you're dropping your mag with your right hand?
So Shane told me, and I mean, it's I don't break my shooting grip, but he's saying drop it there because I don't switch it.
So you're reaching over and you're doing it with this?
Yeah, I'm doing it with this finger.
Okay. I couldn't hear it. Time to pick it up. Interesting. See, I do it with this.
That's what I did, but then he told me to try something else.
Okay, cool. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've done it this way a million times, so now I keep forgetting.
Stand by.
As lefties, we live in an ergonomic world, which means made specifically for righties.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We need to tuck this tag in because we need to keep you looking cool.
Oh, stop it.
And your chicks dig it quotient needs to be very, very high.
Hey, just make sure this ass gets on Instagram. You too. Hey, look at this bootylicious right here, boy.
Stop breaking it. That's what Shane
He been squatting.
Oh, behave.
Oh, behave.
I make you ready. Yeah, baby!
Hey, just the beginning of the video needs to just be that. With the gloves out. Welcome to Impact.
Get demonetized.
Pete, you got the range, babe. You got the range.
We're going to start with the bootylicious shot.
I thought you
and then
forgot
we're going to transfer from his bum to his gun, right?
So when the gun comes back, keep it straight. Retain the mag, drop the insert.
Everybody ready? Stand by.
Don't mess up.
Good. Hold the mag a little longer. And don't turn the gun. So it's drop, turn, insert, go. Okay. Drop, turn, insert, go. You're turning it, dropping it. Okay. But I want you to come in, drop, turn, insert,
What's
go.
that at all? So I was fumbling a lot. So taking that split second to watch my movements sped me up.
Okay. But what if these cardboards were shooting it? You were still faster than if you fumbled the shit out of it, am I right?
Yeah.
I don't know, just something to think about. Again, not a tactics class.
Same kind of thing, just really paying attention to the smaller details, making sure you're meeting up clean, that's where you're gonna make it.
Yeah. So. And the indexing, when you drop the mag, watching it fall, it literally it's so easy to watch it go in whenever you do that. It's pretty incredible. I learned that from Scott before Scott started stopped teaching reloads, and I was like, oh wow, such an eye-opening experience for me. Doesn't teach reloads anymore, but that is something that I picked up that was huge. If you look at a lot of grandmaster shooters, which are the best in the world, even master shooters like Pete, what you notice is generally when they drop the mag, their mag is in and they've almost broke the shot before the other mag hits the ground. That's what you're looking for, right? When you're really, really efficient. So just explore with that. Don't bring the gun back, turn it, and try to drop it turn. How many of you have experience where the mag got stuck when you released it and you're doing one of these, right? Or you're seeing people have to strip it. A lot of people will teach you, well, if I strip it, it's going to come out every single time. Well, also, if you take and leave the gun oriented up and down like it is and release it, the mag will drop every single time. So drop it, turn it, insert it, and go back to work. Okay? Cool. What'd you see?
Yeah, man, he's talking to you, bro. He's talking to you.
Oh.
That when I drop the mag, that literally draws a line through the air that I can just follow right back in again.
Yep. Just like Bryan said.
Yeah.
The other thing you can do is, and I don't have the gun with me to show you, but you can put a white line on the inside of your mag well. It's a straight line, and then your brain will see it, aim for it, hit it.
Yeah.
They're worn now, but I have those in my brain.
That's what I've got on my ADC one.
I'm a firm believer in there's not just one thing for everything, right? It's not always hand behind the curve. You know, in this position, it may be this position. It can be multiple different things, right? So 3 ways that you can try it. You can try it with your thumb bladed up, okay, like this. You can try it with your thumb forward, and you can try it with your thumb bent, okay? See which one you like the best, and then just experiment with all 3 of them. So we're gonna shoot the black circle at the top. It'll be 1 mag with your right hand, your strong hand, 1 hand with your left hand, support hand, and then it'll be 1 hand, or both hands to finish a mag. So you'll do 1 mag strong hand, 1 mag support hand, 1 hand or 1 mag 2 hand. When transferring the gun, okay, there's a lot of people that teach this a lot of different ways, and they make it really, really complicated. What I would tell you is simply transfer the gun. Transfer the gun. Transfer the gun. Okay? We don't need to do anything fancy. Just transfer the gun, right? Just make sure you have a good purchase when you transfer the gun. Okay? If this happens, what are you going to do? Let it go. Do not try to catch it. Okay? So I just want you to be thinking about that. Try hands, thumbs up, 5 rounds. Try thumbs forward, 5 rounds. Try thumb down, 5 rounds. Just experiment with it. When you go this way, do the same thing. What I would tell you for the red dot guys, whenever you go to your off hand, so for you it'll be your right hand. Who else is red dot? Left-handed?
Left-handed.
When you switch it, you can can in just a little bit. Don't cant the gun like this. This is what happens with recoil. Whenever we cant the gun like this, where does recoil go? This way. Whenever we keep the gun straight up and down, recoil goes here. But realistically, if we stay behind the gun, recoil will just cycle, just like I showed you earlier, okay? So it's just something I want you to experiment with and try. We're gonna do line 1 first. So line 1, you will do 1 mag. When you're finished with your 1 mag, reload the gun with 2 hands. Put the gun away. Then we're gonna do a support hand, and then we're gonna do 2 hands. So we'll do 1 iteration, do the next iteration, do the next iteration. Then we'll do line 2. Yes, Bryan?
You should demo.
I will demo. You're trying to put me on the spot.
Don't miss out.
Okay, so strong hand. For me, what I like to do is I actually grab a hold of my shirt, okay? It's just something that I do. Whenever I do this, I put the gun on the target, I take the slack out of the trigger, slack out of the trigger. I'm out of ammo. Give me another mag, you jerkwad. Okay, so strong hand. Support hand. I do the same thing, right? Once I get the dot there, I squeeze a little bit different. I use a little bit more pressure. Notice how the gun is tracking this way for me. That's what I mean by whenever you whenever you cant the gun. If you try to keep it a little more straight up and down, the gun tracks just a little bit better that way. And then whenever we do 2 hands, it's like that. Okay? I just like to say I missed only once.
All right, the right hand. Guns up.
my dot is moved. That?
I shot low, but that could have been me with a Glock trigger that I don't shoot.
The screws haven't moved at all. They're all still exactly in the same spot.
All right, so in a second we're going to do a two-hand group and do a two-hand group at the bottom.
Okay.
And see. So by putting some tension on that other arm, it just strengthens your core a little bit. All right, two-hand group.
That's rule number one of gun safety.
Yeah, look at fans. Yeah. Two hands, two hands. Line is hot.
I think it's there. I'm aiming at the one that's on the line. Yeah, low left. So the RMR has moved.
All right, reholster.
So we shot him, he passed him, and it was so awesome. For a while,
He threw that in just for, it's so awesome. It's so awesome.
But they're obtainable, right? And so Bryan, Pete has done it 3 times. Scott Jelinski has done it once, and Donovan Moore has done it once. Donovan attempted it more than once and only got it once. Bob Vogel failed it 2 days in a row. He's a grandmaster. Any of you know who Bob Vogel is? He failed it on the very first draw both days in a row. Gabe White has failed him. Scott failed him the first time he shot him. AJ Zito has failed him. They're not, everybody thinks, oh yeah, that's super easy, right? But they're not that easy. It is 4 things I feel like, right? It's speed, accuracy, it's consistency, and it's discipline, okay? Because if you get behind a little bit, you can still make it up. But everyone wants to go faster, so then they're not disciplined on just trusting the process, and then they just shit the bed, okay? The first time I did it, I took data for quite some time. And the way that I came up with this drill was I actually went to a Dave Spalding class. Dave Spalding lets you shoot a 3x5 card from 7 yards at the end of his class. If it's a 2-day class, it's on the very last day. And it's draw, fire 2 rounds, 7 yards in the 3x5 card in 2 seconds or less. This was about 5 or 6 years ago whenever I first went. It was myself, a gentleman who was in Blackwater. His name is Woody. He's a police officer. Good friend of mine. Used to shoot here a lot. Doesn't shoot here anymore. Had a bunch of kids, and now he's off doing his own thing. And then my mentor, Bo Sobrowski, who I shot with for 2.5 years. We all go. We do this class for a couple days. On the last day, we get up there to shoot it. I draw. I shoot. I miss one. My time's a 2:23. It's like, okay, that sucked. Bo gets up there, gets 2 good hits. Bo at this time is like 65 years old. 2 good hits, his time was a 2:23. Now I'm really pissed off. Woody gets up there from a level 3 retention, does like a 180 something, could have cared less, just goes beep, bang, bang, got it. So he walked away with a buckle. Probably threw the buckle away because that's just how he is. He doesn't care about winning anything, right? When we come back, although it kind of bothered me that I was that bad and I missed, and it just bothered me. But I let it go. You know, it is what it is. My mentor took a 3x5 card, and for 6 months, he came up with a hits factor. And I'm not kidding you, he had a vanilla envelope full of papers this thick over a 6-month period. And every time he would come to the range, he would do this, only he would do it 25 draws for a time of 2.5 seconds, count his misses, and he would come up with a hits factor. Well, to do that in a class is like almost impossible, right? And so he had me do it, and I did it, and then I got my times from 2.5 to 2, and then I was pushing the 1.7s and the 1.9s and the 1.6s when I really got fun and creative and was shooting a lot. And so I kind of like thought about coming up with my own standards, because it's in the industry, everyone comes up with their own standards, right? Everybody wants a standard for that. So I came up with it just on a 3x5 card, and one of the guys who was going to be here today, his name's Nick Kroger, he actually made up this awesome little printable target, sent it to me, he said, here man, do what you want with it. I wanted to be able to shoot it, so he made me a target, and it turned out perfect. We tweaked it a little bit, put the hat patch on it, and I was going to do it 10 times a week for a total of 18 seconds. People thought that was absolutely insane. So we knocked it down to 5, right? So your total accumulated time of 9 seconds. So if you get behind the curve, you're not out of it, right? As long as you don't miss. You get 1 mulligan. Because it is so cold today, I'm going to give you 1 mulligan for each draw, okay? And that's only because it's freezing cold. I make the rules because it's my drill. Normally, it's 1 mulligan for the 5, okay? But it is freezing cold, and I want, as an instructor, if he doesn't, I've been to classes where they have, if you get a line break, it doesn't count, you're out. I mean, that's just crazy, right? Like line breaks count and everything else we do. Why don't they count whenever they're in your standards? They're his standards, do what you want with them, right? So today you'll get a mulligan, so that means if you draw the gun, if you miss, you're out. If you draw the gun, you fire, you get the first shot, you have a malfunction, stop, reload, do it again. If you miss, well, we're not redoing that, okay? So as long as you hit, I want you to pass my standards, okay? They mean something to me. Anybody that knows me knows 2 things about it. So today, you guys will receive a hat patch for taking the class. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a flat bill guy. You'll never see me in anything but a flat bill, right? So I had a hat patch made because I thought it was cool. It was part of who I am. Only 2 people have these. If you've taken my class, or if you're friends or family, you know why you have them, right? The second one is the black hat patch, and if you pass this drill, you get a cool little card that says you passed it, and you get a hat patch. Again, only 4 people have this. Peter has 3 of them. If he keeps it up, I'm gonna have to buy more of it. So I do sincerely want you to pass, okay? But here's what I want you to think about and to take away. If you don't feel that you have the ability to pass it, I want you to still run it clean, because it will give you a metric to take away to then work towards the passing of the drill, okay? Did I miss anything?
The penalty for outside the whisper.
Oh yes. So if you're running a AIWB, it's 9 seconds, so the time is flat. If you're running a slick rig, it's 0.15 reduction. So that means you have to do it in 165 average, not 1.8 average, okay? So it's a little spicier if you run it outside. If you're running a level 3 retention, it's straight up. So you're just straight up as we are from appendix, okay? I need that one.
Are you ready? Stand by.
1.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Sorry, jumped it. Shit.
Yeah. Woosah, papi, woosah.
Are you ready?
I'm a fluffy cloud. I'm a fluffy cloud.
182. 168.
Are you ready? Stand by.
171.
Are you ready? Stand by.
175. Pass.
Okay. So just show you, it is a thing. Which one of you guys want to go next? You guys want to check this?
180 average.
It's just barely there, but it's there.
Yeah, I just touched it, didn't it?
Barely. Got lucky.
Yeah.
Who's up?
I know you're shivering.
Save. It's getting cold. Save these. There's nothing harder to do, especially when it comes to standards, especially your own standards, than you have to do them in front of your class. And any instructor that won't shoot their standards in front of you first, to me, I mean, if I failed, I mean, I would just be like, hey, I failed. Tomorrow, I may fail. I got that one by literally just pure dumb luck, right? I just overdrove. But you should always demo, and there's no more pressure on me than I can put on myself. If I'm here by myself, it's easy, right? I can just do it. I'm not going to a store. In front of all of them, that's where it's tough for me. That last one, I was sweating it pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. So I just feel you should always do that for your students, okay? All right, here we go. Make ready? All right, shooter, make ready. Shooter ready? Stand by. 205. Stand by. 204. Stand by. 181. Stand by.
Should have mulliganed
206. Yeah, you had a bad grip. Stand by. Clean. 195.
Get it here, girls.
Shooter ready. Stand by. One right, 155. Shooter ready. Stand by. 147.
Now I'm pushing speed because I just missed the one. I don't care anymore.
Exactly. Stand by. 139.
I should just go fast all the time. This is some bullshit.
Stand by. 148, one high. Stand by. One right, 143. Damn it, I wasted a card on your ass. Shooter, are you ready?
Shooter ready.
Stand by. 280. Shooter ready.
Shooter ready.
Stand by. Clean, 258. Shooter ready.
Shooter ready.
Stand by. No, mulligan.
Yeah, you're right. I should have mulliganed that, yeah.
379. Stand by. 315. Last one. Mulligan if you have to. Stand by. Oh shit, that's all right. Go ahead and do another one. It's not your fault. We were messing with your zero. So this one will count as two. Nope, we'll go ahead and shoot two. Okay, shooter ready?
Shooter ready.
Stand by. Clean, 277.
Nice.
Nice job, dude.
Thank you, sir.
Next.
Thank you, sir.
Today's date.
What is it, 16? 19. Totally off.
Sorry, something tangible just to take with you so you can...
Yeah, man.
Cool.
So I can
All right,
work
next.
at it.
You want to turn your camera off first?
Down range.
Down range.
Ran that bad boy clean. That felt good.
Here we go. Shooter ready? Stand by. 284. Here we go. Get good hits. Stand by. One hit. 308. Stand by. One hit. 395. Stand by. 331. One. Stand by. 308. Shooter ready. Stand by. Clean, 205. Stay with it. Shooter ready. Stand by. Clean, 197. Stay with it. Shooter ready. Stand by. One left, 186. All right, stay with it. Stand by. One right, 193. Final one. Make them count, okay? Stand by. One left, 211. Tomorrow. I'm going to mark these downrange. Downrange. Shooter ready. Stand by. 2, 197. Make them count. Stand by. Mulligan.
No, I'll take
Mulligan.
it.
It's a pride thing, isn't it?
339.
Yep.
Stand by. 2, 219.
That's bad grip.
All right. Mulligan. You got a mulligan each time. Relax. Take a deep breath. Ready? Ready. Stand by. Sorry. 1. This time you got to go. Stand by. Go. Go. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
450.
You hadn't locked your hood in last time, that's why.
One more, Brian.
One more.
Stand by. 2, 214. You got tomorrow. Just relax. Don't put so much tension on yourself. Just relax. Next. Okay. Stand by. Clean. 205. Shooter ready. Stand by. 1, 257. Stay with it. Stand by. 2, 226. Stand by. Clean. 195. Stand by. Clean. 196. Nice job. Tomorrow. Just relax. Absolutely. Stand ready. Stand by. One low. 231. Stand by. 2 off. 225. See your double, man. See your double. Stand by. There you go. 256. Stand by. Low 232. Stand by. 1 low 211. See your double.
Every time.
Was it really?
Every time your thumb was out. I'm not going to say anything during it because I don't want to get you out of your game.
It's. Thanks for pointing it out.
Shooter ready? Ready. Stand by. 283. Stand by. 259. Stand by. 265. Stay with it. Stand by. 252. Stand by. Clean. 386. So here's the thing, right? It's a metric now to take with you, knowing where you are with the times, and know where you can work on, right? Go on the B, not the P. React as soon as you hear it. Be a little bit more sure of not over-confirming yourself. Okay? Nice job, dude. Next. Okay, 1 hit, 238. Bro, you're not that far off. Just relax and just trust the process, okay? Yep, ready? Stand by. 1 high, 1 low, 298. Stand by. 1 high, 281. Just trust the process, bro. Stand by. 1 to the right, 275. Stand by. 1 left, 26. Was that it?
I met them down at.
Nice job, dude. You're not that far behind as you think.
I think I am.
You think you are, but you're just not confident enough yet. There you go. Shooter ready. Stand by. Hell yeah. 228. Just do that again. Stand by.
I just watched him.
Hell yeah. 247. Stay right there, bro. Stand by. Mulligan. Mulligan. Yep. Just relax. Shooter ready. Stand by. 1 low, 216. It's all right, stay with it. Stand by. 1 low, 253. Stand by. Clean, 222. Nice job, dude. Down range.
Down range.
Stand by. 1, 251. Stand by. 2, 265. Stand by. 1, 216. Stand by. 1, 228. Stand by. 1, 269. Nice job. You ready? Stand by. 1, 242.
Lights on.
Lights on.
Lights on.
Do me a favor, everybody pay attention if you don't mind. I'm sorry, I know we're getting bored, but just make sure we're watching everybody. Here we go. Stand by. 1, 250. Stand by. Clean, 244. That's where you need to be, okay? Yep. Stand by. 2, 245. Stand by. 1, 280. Downrange.
Downrange.
Whoever's next, be ready. Stand by. Okay, 229, 2. Stand by. 1, 269. Stand by. Let your gun go all the way in the holster. There you go. Stand by. 1, 239.
Yeah, I saw him trying to cheat. I haven't done that, man.
Stand by. 1, 219. Stand by. 2, 252. Shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Clean, 274. Stand by. 2, 280. Trust the process. Get this out. Stand by. 2, 271. Trust the process. Stand by. 1, 363. Stand by. 2, 294. Downrange.
Downrange.
Stand by. 1, 268. Stand by. 1, 306. Stand by. Clean, 277. Stand by. Clean, 287. Final. Stand by. It's okay,
Yeah, I was mentally not ready for that.
Good. Stand by. 2, 259. 1, 274. Stand by. Clean, 266. Stay right in that lane, okay? Stand by. 1, 251. Stand by. Clean, 242. Nice job, dude. One more, just like that. Stand by. 1, 252.
Should take a mulligan on that one.
Stand by. 2, 272. See your sights. Don't worry about nothing other than getting the hits, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Stand by. That's what I'm talking about. 1 just a little low, 280.
Okay.
Just like that, okay? Stand by. 2, 290. Give me 2 good heads, okay? Stand by. 1, 299. Ready? Stand by. 1, 325. Nice job. Stand by. 391. Nice job. Do that again. Stand by. 1, 345. Stand by. Clean, 311.
I want him tested for steroids.
Stand by. Hell yeah, dude. 291. Last one. Stay right in that lane, okay? Stand by. Oh, 429. Holster up. So your first shot was a 214. Your average splits on those were about 0.5, so you'd have been about a 265. Hell yeah, dude. Nice job. All right, girl. Somebody hold this girl's coat.
Okay. Ready?
Stand by. Shit. I wanted you to mulligan. 423-1. It's all right. Stay with it, okay? If you need the mulligan, you get one every time. Stand by. 1, 324. Stand by. That's what I'm talking about. 340. Stand by. 1 left. That was just grit. Gave up on grit just a touch. 290. Nice job.
Is that it?
Nope. One more. One more. Stand by. All right, everybody's here, so check it out. First thing I want to say is thank you, literally from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you coming out today. This is a bitterly cold day. Those of you who are coming tomorrow, if you don't show up, I'm going to know why. So you better be here. I know you're not sick. Don't get COVID. Don't get we don't talk about it. But seriously, thank you. Thank you for entrusting me. Thank you for coming out to learn. For me and Bryan and Peter. Secondly, I would like to thank Bryan and Peter from the bottom of my heart. Listen, when you do this, to have guys that you know that you can trust to walk the line with you, especially when your name is on the line, it is almost impossible to find. Even when I AI for Scott, it's an honor to do so, but he has such a way of doing things. It's just different, and so you always are afraid of undermining or making a mistake, right? And these guys, we all shoot together so often. I trust them with my life. So kudos to both of them. Hopefully you got something good from both of them as well. It's awesome to have them. I told you before class started, if you want your money back, I will give it back to you. That still stands, okay? Just see me before you leave. I will just ask each one of you to tell me what you thought, good, bad, or indifferent. If you got nothing to say, that's totally fine. I hope you have something to say. If you have something that is constructive criticism for me or negative for me, don't think you're going to hurt my feelings. The only way you can grow as an instructor is from constructive criticism, right? So if you have anything that you would have liked to see gone different today, just say it. It's not going to hurt my feelings. And who knows, maybe we'll apply it for the next class, okay? So with that being said, it's getting cold. We'll do this part, and that's all I got. Bryan, you want to add anything before I let everybody else?
No, I appreciate everybody being safe and fun, and it was awesome.
Great day. Peter?
Thanks for not pointing a gun at us, me specifically.
And me specifically.
Yeah, and thanks for sticking through the cold. It sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, cool. Let's start with you, Rach.
All right, Donnie. Looking forward to tomorrow for sure. I'm excited about shooting 2 days in a row. I've never done it before, so
Hell yeah.
it's a good day.
Go on. You're right there on the standings, bro. Just stick with it. Shit, all you got?
Okay.
Okay, well, I want a big one.
Short day, but yeah. I learned how to shoot from a holster.
Oh, whoa!
You okay?
I
mean, you know where that was going, right?
Yeah.
Busting his ass all day about being short. Short day. Yeah. Okay, that was great.
Yeah.
I love it.
First time I learned how to shoot from a holster. I'm used to like shotguns and revolvers and mostly fun stuff, but happy to kind of get into this and do the next class. Not tomorrow though, because I have a second job, so couldn't get off that one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Same refrain. I'm gonna have nightmares and dreams about grip. It's a good thing. Thanks for creating such an awesome environment. It's freaking awesome. I don't know if people tell you that enough, but I'm telling you, it's fucking amazing.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Awesome.
Great job. Thanks.
Thank you, bro.
Second him, great environment for learning, no shame, no dumb stuff, and I learned how much I suck and how much I need to work at changing my grip and stuff like that. So, thank you.
Yeah, dude. I wouldn't say suck, right? Like we all master class shooters, GMs, everyone. We all have improvements to make, right? The thing to remember is it's fundamentals, right? It always boils down to the fundamentals.
Basic mechanics, yes, absolutely.
So I wouldn't put so much pressure on yourself saying you suck. You did a great job.
That's just
all right. Good deal.
Enjoyed improving on the grip and shooting from a holster. So,
cool.
Fun class. Really enjoyed it.
Awesome, dude. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thank you.
Much appreciated.
I pretty much say the same thing. I've never shot from a holster. I learned I need to get an idea from the holster. And then my grip.
Okay, good.
So it's totally different, and I'll have to work on that.
Awesome. Nothing bad to say?
No,
okay, I love it. Great. Thank you for coming out. I'll take that. Hey, what you got, B?
Yeah, drawing from a holster is something completely new to me. I've never done anything other than just stationary shooting at the range, so all of this is completely new, and it was all very good and informative, so I look forward to doing more.
Yeah, you do. You better say you come tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Wear pants.
Yeah.
I had a really good time. I did this to hopefully point out some bad habits quickly. So I've got some things I can take away from this.
Cool, man. Thank you so much. What you got, Josh?
Man, just all across the board, I feel like I learned so much. It's going to take me a while to put it all together. Because, every time we would step up there, I feel like maybe I got one thing that I learned on the previous step right, but then I was missing 3 other things that you taught me. Yeah. But now I got to put it into practice. So I feel like I got a whole arsenal of new tools, and now I got to learn how to use them.
Cool, man.
So that's what I took from it.
Awesome, dude. Well, it's great to see you.
Yeah.
I just came out here. Appreciate it.
You said it well. There's a lot of new stuff that I got to work on. But it's nice to actually know the proper way to do stuff.
Cool. So I appreciate you say proper way to do things. I just want everyone to remember the one thing I said earlier. It's a way, not the way, right? Take what I taught you, practice it, get better, go to another class. They may have things for you to try them. The thing I have found over the years in taking a lot of different classes is there's things that have worked for me in a class and then things that didn't work for me in a class, right?
But you got to try them.
Try them. Be open-minded everywhere you go, right? But whenever someone tells you this is the way you do it, pack your shit and leave. Because it's not a way, or not the way, it's a way. Everyone's mechanics and things are different. So thank you, my man. Pleasure to have you. Them freaking meat gloves you got. You need a bigger gun. Brian, bigger gun. What you got for me, bro?
You can still carry some practice. Multiple layers of clothing. I pretty much only ever try to go through like top guard.
Yep. Cool, man. It was awesome to have you. Glad you got to make it out. Good to see you. Congrats on that, baby.
All 3 of you guys definitely gave me a lot to work on. I think you've got a really good style of knowing how to say certain things to get through to people, so I appreciated that, because it's like, not just, you know, do it kind of like the way I'm showing you, but it's like, here's what you're doing, try it this other way. So I found that super helpful.
Cool, man.
I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
Awesome, dude. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. See you tomorrow.
Humbling. Yeah, we come out here pretty frequently, and being told to take a step back and work on the fundamentals, which is stuff we think we know, and then realize how far we've gotten off of that, and really brings everything back into perspective, and coming out here a better shooter than I was a week ago. But being able to take that with me is gonna be fantastic.
Oh yeah, dude. It was awesome to have
Can't
you.
wait for tomorrow.
Cool, man.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
What you got, my man?
Yeah, definitely needing to get back into the fundamentals. Self-assessment is impossible. I couldn't figure out why I was being so inconsistent with my shots. And not that I'm the best marksman here, but I don't think I dropped any shots today outside of the A mark, so
That's awesome.
I'm happy with that.
Good deal.
Just means you gotta go faster.
Yep. So if you're staying in the A zone, right? Like if we're shooting it in an A zone and you want to explore to get outside of your comfort zone, it's okay to miss when shooting in a berm and paper, right?
Yeah.
Push yourself, explore those limits, and then bring it back in, and that's the only way that you're going to do it. So, awesome job, man. Thank you.
Very constructive day overall. Thank you all for the tips and everything. You know, just pointing out little details, and that's where it's at. You know, it's in the little details. So definitely looking forward to tomorrow, and just taking homework away from us to set the work on.
Awesome, dude. Thank you so much.
Also, before I forget, if you borrow the Life Pro, one of them is mine. I'd like them back, please.
Oh shit.
He's trying to wear him home.
I'm trying to give everything back.
You got my man.
It was really fun. You know, I do a lot of shooting by myself. I joined here because of being able to, draw from the holster and shoot. It's something I've never done before. What I am taking away from this class more than anything is getting rid of a lot of bad habits and knowing how to practice. There's many times that you guys kind of tap me on the shoulder and you're like, hey, you're doing that, your thumb's down again. So it's just having somebody to kind of like reinforce what you're supposed to be doing. So, practicing the wrong way, it's sometimes hard, or should I say a way that could be wrong.
Right.
So
sometimes you just don't know what you don't know either, right?
Yeah.
So awesome.
I'm going to take as many classes as I possibly can here. So.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's an honor to have you.
Appreciate everything.
What you got, my man?
This was a great first class. I'm happy to be here and hope to attend more.
Cool. Awesome. I love it. Short, sweet, simple. Great job, dude.
What I was going to say is, with the stack loader training that I have, it's easy to spot good instructors and poor instructors. And you're a superb instructor.
Thank you.
Because instruction flows from this man without guide. I mean, I've been to so many classes, I can literally like watch what's coming next out of the instructor's mouth. And instruction flows from you smoothly. So, those of you who live local, you've got an awesome resource right here. So, excellent class.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Especially from a guy who's taken a lot of classes. So I appreciate that. Super helpful. All right, everyone just kind of line up right here in the middle of the range.
You have something to put it in?
Yeah. Get me up front so I can fancy.